He's blind, HP decreased and I'm not from this plane. Wandering's peaks for worthless fame I gain. Exhaustion hits, got disadvantage on most everything. Used to be fun until our cleric passed. Why is this twilight always the forecast? Cause Faye's bright, they stalk us mocking, unapologetic to our plight. Wherever we roam, the plants have teeth to bite. The thorny moaners enter our campsite. Campsite. Cause Faye's bright, those wheeling dealers always do delight. And stealing secrets that will bring you shame. Those crafty laughers always filled with wild spite. Wild spite. Shaking, I shiver, cursing these murderous heroes. Take random encounters, unsolvable puzzles, and crazy huddles. Give me time to think. You don't understand the stress I'm feeling. Tying up loose ends, you cut so freely. I lost control over this party. The session's off the rails completely. Let's roll the dice and improv everything. Planning don't mean nothing, I give up GMing. I lost control over this party. This session's off the rails completely. Let's roll the dice and improv everything. Planning don't mean nothing, I give up GMing. I'm so sick of this.
This freaking party. What do I need to build to make this night a thrill? Just give me a sign or I rely on a total party kill. I lost control over this party. The session's off the rails completely. Let's roll the dice and improv everything. Planning don't mean nothing, I give up GMing. I lost control over this party. The session's off the rails completely. Let's roll the dice and improv everything. Planning don't mean nothing, I give up GMing. Falling through my plot holes, floating in the unknown. Maybe I don't write the story. Maybe the magic is in we. I lost control over this party. The session's off the rails completely. Let's roll the dice and improv everything. Planning don't mean nothing, that's why I'm GMing. I lost control over this party. The session's off the rails completely. Let's roll the dice and improv everything. Planning don't mean nothing, yeah, I love GMing. Let's just go.
Welcome, everyone. Gather round. We're about to begin.
Cause they have them supple demon wings. Hooves with the fur. The whole cult of summon and blur. Hey, they'll snatch your soul. Next thing you know, drug you be low. Till dancing in chance, signing blood on these contracts. They caught up in a hellish hedonistic trance. Hey, they'll snatch your soul. Next thing you know, drug you be low. Hey, I never summoned something like this before. This crazy demon's out of control. Had a feeling that I may not get to go home. There's no escape, they stole my soul. I'm down below, they meant to go unpreferable. I'm such a fool. Hold up, wait a minute, do I see what I think I won't? They began to start eating my soul. This ain't part of the ritual. Chaos reigns, I'm in big trouble. Drop persuasion, demon said no. Told them I'm enjoying keeping my soul, and that I would trade them all of my gold. Demon just laughed at me, didn't say more. Guess I should read the next contract in full. Cause they have them supple demon wings. Hooves with the fur. The whole cult of summon and blur. Hey, they'll snatch your soul. Next thing you know,
do so I can go. My dear made it clear I should hit the road. Matter of fact, contract should be rewrote. Patron pointed out a couple things to know. 1 pack, come on, 2 packs, come on, 3 packs, come on. Now that's too bad, my soul remains all intact. Cause of that, you're gonna need another draft. After I told them it was straight inferno, I knew it was over. I found a loophole that reclaiming my soul. It's highlighted in bold, the rich couldn't control. So I started to get up and roll like a stroller. Right out the portal, then closed it. Sorry, I had to inform ya. Just keep in mind like a warning if they show you their
Supple demon wings, hooves with the fur, the whole cult to summon and blur. Hey, they'll snatch your soul, next thing you know, drug you be low, 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 low. Till dancing in chants, signing blood on these contracts. They caught up in a hellish hedonistic trance. Hey, they'll snatch your soul, next thing you know, drug you be low, 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 low. Stay in the wild alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you well on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game, it warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down. And the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar. And I'm on the job, magic items in every shop. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
Just a quest and you know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the part. And let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 all, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper
everybody. Welcome to the stream. Tonight we're going to be playing some Feydark Eclipse. I am your DM for the night, Janelle, or Boss Jellybean. These are all my lovely players, my team Shadowfell. And we're going to go around. Everyone is going to introduce themselves. And we are going to have a fun question at the beginning of the stream because I like doing that. And today, that question is going to be... if you were to have a fun, funky ability that happened when you, like, romanced a character, like a kiss, what would that, like, fun thing be? Like a poison ivy thing or, like, a necrotic thing? Or, like, everybody just come up with, like, a fun kiss attack.
Oh.
Kiss attack?
Kiss
An attack or something?
Well, it doesn't have to be. It could also be, like, you kiss someone and they get, like, healing or something. Like, what do you think your kiss's power is?
For us or for our character?
Oh.
You can do both.
That's different.
You can do both. Or whichever one you want to share.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
So,
who do I want to put on the spot first?
Please not me, because I have nothing.
I'm gonna say...
I will volunteer.
Okay, H, go first. Go first.
beautiful.
Oh.
I am H. I go by they and she. I play Rozz. She goes by she or her. And I am part of Rollin' Dirty. I create themed NPC packs every month with a handful of NPCs that have all the details that you could possibly need to just throw in last minute. The kiss power for Rozz, I think, would be... first and foremost, I'm a Doctor Who fan. I am a Whovian through and through. River's Song's Lipstick.
Yeah.
Where she's able to convince people to do whatever, like hallucinate and do whatever she wants, and then she can get away easily. That is what Rozz would need. That is absolutely Rozz. I don't have one for myself, so I'm just going to stick with that one.
That's fine.
Hell yeah.
All right. Does anyone else want to volunteer to go next, or do it?
I'll go.
All right.
I'll go next.
Alejandra.
Yeah, my name is Alejandra, and I also go by she, her, and Nefera also goes by she, her in my little spores, a baby Yaga druid. And I think, also I am one half of Table Talk. We do a D&D TTRPG discussion podcast where we just talk about literally everything except playing the actual game on the podcast. We have lots of fun guests on to talk about their favorite subjects, and it's just a little hyperfixation chat with me and my co-host Mariah. But I think Nefera's kiss power, and I'm going to blame this on TikTok because I just recently went down a whole Aqua Tofana rabbit hole. And if you don't know, it's a poison back in Greece that was sold to wives that were being, married off to whoever and had unhappy marriages. So she would give it to them in the form of a little hand lotion. And she was supposedly so skilled that she could dictate the time frame of the poison. So if you want this man dead in a week or a month or a year, she could make it specific. So I think Nefera would be able to do something custom to that. She could choose if she was going to poison someone when she kissed them, and at what point would the poison activate. It could be delayed effects.
That's awesome.
Me, crazy. I think mine would be somewhere along a charmed condition situation where it's if you're already attracted to me and we have kissed, you're just a little more susceptible to maybe little things that I might say or do after the fact, and then I just dip before you realize that.
Amazing. All right, who wants to go next? All right, Rach, you're up.
All right, I am Rachel, otherwise known as the Organized DM. I play Cordelia, and we are both she, her pronouns. For Cordelia, I think whenever she kisses someone, their eyes would go completely black like hers are. And it would just be a moment of Hunger of Hadar just exploding in the area around where they're kissing. So the whole wispy darkness, the tentacles, all the things just happened. And I don't think she could control that. And then for me, as a chronic injury girly, whenever I kiss you, I steal some of your con and you get my chronic injury for a day.
Gosh, that would be nice to switch.
Interesting. I like that.
Amazing.
I can go now. I have
Okay,
an
Mariah,
idea.
let's hear it.
Hi, I'm Mariah. I play Lyria and Valthar. We both use she, her pronouns. I am the other half of Table Talk. And Lyrian's kiss power, I think, is a little similar to Cordelia because they're both Shatterkais, where Shatterkai have the ability to kind of like, I was going to say fade step because I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition like a maniac the last week, so I'm prepping for Veilguard. When you look at the actual name of the ability, this is my character that I've played that I should know.
I think it's
Misty Step.
Okay.
Yeah. Where they kind of go incorporeal. And so I think when she kisses someone, they go a bit incorporeal and invisible and like slip between the realms a little bit in the moment.
That's a cool like metaphor. That's cute.
Yeah.
That would be so cute for a moment where like someone just panics and kisses someone and then is like,
yep.
Before the other person can really react.
I don't have one for myself. It took all that time to come up with one for Lyria.
That's fine. All right, Kate, you're up.
That leaves me. Hi, everybody. The Merc stands alone. My name's Katie Combat. I'm half of twitch.tv/cardboard combat. We play only the very finest cardboard and combat related games. I play the character of Merc. Both of us use she and they pronouns interchangeably. I think if you ask Merc, they would be just confused by the question. Merc's kiss, I think, would not surprise anybody, which is that when Merc kisses you, you feel her jaw unhinge and then you are consumed, just whole, just straight down the gullet.
For some people, that's right up their alley.
I was going to say, what was it? American Gods?
I have to put like a 4.
The worship me
warning on this episode now.
Very much of those vibes. And then me, Kate, I think the first thing that
also
came to mind,
Same.
but in a different way. No, the first thing that came to mind was the Willy Wonka fizzy lifting juice.
Oh,
where you just kind of like float up. And so I think like there's some positives to it, right? Where like that could be super fun is you float around for a little while and then it wears off and you come down. Or if we've just been really getting into it and not paying enough attention, maybe you float away into space forever.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a windy day. You're like,
you gotta be careful.
Gone. Yeah.
Or just like right into a ceiling fan and then the moment is ruined.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Bunk.
I'm trying to think what mine would be. You guys all had good answers. I think mine is like, instead of like a Tasha's hideous laughter effect, it's like just fits of giggles. So it's like both people just can't there is no serious moment at all. It's just everybody is now in fits of giggles, cannot breathe laughter afterwards, I think would be mine.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Very cute.
All right. Well, without further ado, it is time for us to play the intro. Be right back.
That's
Hello. So last time on Feydark Eclipse, Team Shadowfell, they had gone to Demont-Liu, to the masquerade ball of Sadine O'Hare, and through some investigating had found some items of importance that had gone missing from the Baba Yaga and from the Raven Queen. There was a kerfuffle where the lady, the dark lady of the domain, was slain by our party. And almost immediately afterwards, the sky was enveloped by a dark sun that began to consume the domain of dread of Demont-Liu. Our players, through some very quick thinking, Neferi, I believe, turned into a horse, rode out towards the border at breakneck speed. Everyone who had an item tied to a different domain of dread held on and thought of their homes, or of where they could go. And where we ended up was the domain of dread of Forlorn. I just realized I don't have the music on. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Let me do a little bit of the setting. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. That's spooky. So, you all found yourselves in the domain of dread Forlorn, where Rozz is originally from. It is a mostly forested realm. The outskirts are surrounded by jagged mountains. It is an area surprisingly devoid of natural life. And in the center stands the large, crooked castle of Tristan ApBlanc, the vampiric Dark Lord of Forlorn. Upon your arrival into this realm, Rozz and Cordelia realized not much time had passed since they had left. Even though it had been months in Demont-Liu, it had merely been hours in Forlorn. The zombie and vampiric goblins that are under the control of Tristan were still scouring the forest looking for you. And you all came up with a plan where Neferi brought about a little neon raccoon. Did we ever name him? I don't remember if we named him.
I don't know that we did.
Okay. So just a neon raccoon who was going to go in the opposite direction of you guys with a rag, I believed, soaked in Cordelia and Rozz's blood.
It was my skirt.
Oh, it was like that is right. It was your skirt. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Cordelia's skirt.
Raccoon in a ball gown.
With blood.
And a dream.
And he went one way, and you guys went to make camp the other way. And we're going to have to do some rolls to how that deception played out. So the first thing we are going to do as we get back into it, Neferi.
Yeah.
Does your raccoon... I assume your little raccoon has some stats.
Do you want me to pull up like a raccoon
Roll
stat
for
right
this
now?
airtight raccoon plan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can pick whatever animal you think is closest to raccoon, because I cannot imagine there are raccoon stats. There can't be, right? That can't be a thing.
There are, of course.
Shut up.
I would hope that there
No
were.
way.
They're so lovely. They're so round.
Is there really raccoon?
Well,
That's
bandits.
wild.
You gotta have,
I just
Hi,
looked up
Dex.
5e raccoon creature.
Yeah, the
Perfect.
SRD has
Amazing.
one.
Then for your little raccoon, I need
Yeah.
you to roll deception. So what?
-2.
Would you accept performance?
I would accept performance.
Would
I
you
would
accept
accept performance
a
for a raccoon. Yeah.
performance for a raccoon? That would be no. He's got a -7 charisma. We're not going to do performance.
Oh, balls. Okay.
Oh no.
I would
cool.
also accept just like a straight intelligence
Let me see. what
for the
is-
raccoon. But I also
Intelligence
assume
is
that's
worse.
gonna be low.
Intelligence is worse.
That's
We're
worse.
going. We're going.
We need Dex. We need Dex
Actually-
is what we need.
Raccoons are smart.
But
They can like open jars and
He's
stuff.
setting a crime scene.
Well, he's got wisdom. He's got wisdom.
Okay, I'll
Get
accept
wisdom.
wisdom. Is he wise enough to know what the fuck to do?
Okay. Here's
Sure.
the things he's really good at: are
Yeah.
perception, survival,
No.
stealth.
No.
Sick. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
got stealth and survive. Yeah.
We're just gonna give it a whizzy check then.
Oh boy.
I believe in you. You believe in me. We believe in each other.
Believe in the me that believes in you. Cute. That is gonna be a
Raccoon, no.
10.
A strong 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
a
that
solid
could be worse.
10.
It could be way
That's
worse.
average.
That could have
Yeah.
been
It's honestly
significantly
average.
worse.
That is so many digits under 10.
That's as good as the average human would do.
Yeah.
And it's a raccoon.
That is true. That's really
Yep,
impressive
yep,
for a
yep.
raccoon. Okay. That happens somewhere else that you do not know of. The other thing was you guys, at the end of last episode, were going to be taking a long rest because you killed a Dark
God,
Lord
yes.
and then ran for your lives and then have not stopped. So, who is keeping watch? I need 2 people to do the 2 shifts.
I'm doing second.
Okay. Who's going first then?
I can do first because I don't think Nefera really took any damage.
Okay.
At least in what my sheet says.
Sure.
So yeah,
Okay,
she'll
then
take
go
first.
ahead and roll a perception check for me. And if you have anything you want to like give flavor to while you're taking watch, potentially let me know.
Yeah, I think before she rests, or before she takes on that, oh wait, I don't have it on me. Okay, never mind. I think the way that Nefera kind of takes that first watch, is I think I had described that she had like gone up to a tree and like kind of like hung out on a tree branch and stuff. So I think the way that she kind of sets herself up is she kind of releases a bit of her little like spores out, and that's her kind of having feelers out around the area. And they're like, because it's nighttime, it's like a little bit of like almost like a glowworm effect. They got that like bioluminescence a little bit.
Okay. I'll say because of the bioluminescence and stuff, give yourself advantage on the perception check.
Okay, cool. That's a 7.
Okay.
With it- oh, yeah,
This
with
is
advantage.
happening, and you kind of get distracted by your own lights, like because they start to kind of
They're
like
just
do
so
like this
pretty.
very mesmerizing effect in front of you. Your watch passes, and near the end of it, you kind of, when you're like getting ready to go wake up Rozz and go to take your sleep, you notice that there are animal tracks around of creatures that have clearly been here, did not attack you, but there is something that came and went. And also as you get up to go wake Rozz, you feel this like intense pain in your chest for a moment, and then it's gone, and you realize that something must have happened to your raccoon familiar. You feel their death.
Until the next time I summon him. He died bravely. Rozz?
Yes.
I believe it's your turn for the watch.
How'd it go?
Uneventful. We're all alive.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Okay. Get some sleep.
She'll just kind of curl up at like the base of a tree, and just kind of pull her cloak up and like pull it around her as she tucks in for bed.
Amazing. As you tuck in, Rozz, is there any flavor you would like to add to your watch?
Ooh, I will give Rozz like a guidance. Like she just like in the act of waking you up, when she touched you, she gave you a guidance.
Nice.
I think that's what woke her so easily. Thank you. I think Roz is just mostly, she's going to stay in her hammock, but like she's already positioned the hammock in a place where it would be advantageous knowing she was going to have a watch. And she's just going to sit up. And she's no stranger to sitting in one place or position for lengths of time. She spends many hours meditating in her day-to-day life. So she just sits there and sort of watches. She looks at each and every single one of them sleeping. I think maybe as her eyes, just for an extra second, linger on Cordelia. I think subconsciously her hand goes to the locket on her neck. And she's just going to think about how some things seem to be coming full circle in a way she's not exactly believes that she's ready for. But nonetheless, she is attempting to remain as alert as she possibly can because she understands the weight of now traveling with not only one, but now 4 people, plus Jeffrey.
Speaking of Jeffrey, is Jeffrey still on your belt?
Oh, yeah, he's on my belt. Yeah.
So as you're having like this very introspective moment, you do like hear like pipe up from underneath. Do you want help? I have good eyes.
Hi. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's gonna take a little getting used to you. I kind of never mind. Yeah, sure.
I have eyes of a hawk.
Well, then let me put you somewhere where you can see better, and I will untie him from my belt and I'll hold him up by the what was it? I thought I wrote the quote down. Oh, I think I posted it, but like the crook of his neck stump,
Okay.
just cup him, and hold him up.
As you do that, I can now show you guys the new Jeffrey that we have, that you guys will be able to control
Jeffrey
in battle
lore.
whenever you want. And I hope you enjoy him.
Jeffrey!
Yes!
Yo!
He's incredible. The glow up of Jeffrey.
Oh, sick.
He's absolutely stunning.
Okay, Jeffrey.
Okay, Jeffrey.
All right.
Jeffrey's got 3 actions.
Hey, we got a couple things in common. We got bite and we don't have to breathe.
Oh, he only has one of those. If you like actually go to the character sheet section for him. Actually, shoot, did I not give you guys? Wait, I have to give you permission for that. Hold on. Okay, now you guys should have permissions.
Cool.
But yeah, he has the aberrant ability, not the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, load.
So cool, though.
Load
Load that beautiful Jeffrey content.
So as you're like raising him up,
Anyway.
Go ahead and do your perception check. He is going to give you the help action, and then you also have that guidance from
Yes.
Nefira if you want to add a d4.
Advantage and D4. All right. Which die shall I start with? Okay, that one. Fault to me. D4. No metal one there. And apparently the blue one. All right. Oh, it's a double. I forgot. We're digitally rolling. Hold on.
You can do it's fine. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I rolled an 18.
Yeah, that's good.
Plus 1, so 19 plus 24 total.
All right. The first thing.
And I do have dark vision, but I guess I already have advantage.
Yeah. The first thing you notice is that, as Defira said, it was uneventful, goes to bed. You see those tracks that were around. Would you want to go investigate them?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You go to follow the tracks, and you see that they lead a little ways away from the camp, but not very far. Maybe like 20 or so feet. And there is a note at the base of one of these dead trees. As you go down to look at this note, your keen sense of smell detects a familiar person, someone that used to be close to you. Do you open the note?
Am I smelling the smell from the note or from somewhere nearby?
From the note.
Absolutely would open it. By the way, I left Jeffrey up on the perch so he could keep an eye on them when I had to investigate.
Okay. You open the note, and it just says, "Come to the castle." And it is signed, Xenia.
I think she just freezes for a moment, just staring down at the curves of the letters. And can I do some sort of check to determine if this is fraudulent, if it's a forgery?
Yeah.
Would that be investigation or insight? I guess they're the same for me anyway.
Are you looking at, are you trying to decipher based on, the way it is written, if it's a forgery? Or are you trying to, gain some kind of insight about why it would be this brief or the smell?
More I want to look at the handwriting itself and determine if it is her handwriting.
That's investigation, then.
Ooh, 15.
You're looking at it, and you think back to little notes that were left for you when you would go out to hunt and come back, and things like that, and it is the same handwriting.
Can I determine how old the tracks are?
When? Yeah, no roll required. This is your home, and these are the creatures that you are used to tracking. First of all, you can tell it is one of the many vampiric wolves that roam these woods that are under the control of Tristan. They're large paw prints that have areas of holes in it because they are sometimes eroded beasts. And they are fresh. They definitely happened while Nefera was on watch.
I think Rozz is going to stand there for a good 5 minutes really thinking about this. Considering what she was just musing on, but just the impossibility of it, is she alive? Why is she there? Is she undead? She's probably undead. And then she goes, I think that final thought is the one to break her reverie, and she will actually go and wake up Cordelia very gently. Cordelia.
What?
Sweetie,
what's wrong?
Nothing really is wrong per se, but I need to talk to you. And I'm just gonna hold out this letter and preface as I'm pulling it out. I'm gonna say, look, this handwriting is handwriting of a woman that I thought was dead and may still yet be. one that I care for deeply, and one that cares for me deeply. And now I don't know what to think.
All right, well, hang on. As someone who forges things quite frequently, can she also
Forgot about that.
on
Yeah,
the
forgot.
roll investigation.
Okay.
And advantage because that is your peer review.
Okay.
Man, it's been so long. I completely forgot you forged stuff, and that was like a huge plot point in the first episode.
Yeah.
I do.
What'd you get?
It's 19 with advantage.
19.
Oh, okay.
This does not seem like a forgery. But I will say...
I'll even open up my locket for her. On one side is a sketch, but on the other is the words "I love you" written there in that person's handwriting.
With that comparison, Cordelia, without a doubt, you can tell that this is the same handwriting. You can also tell that like a perfume has been put on it, like very intentionally. And there's also, you can tell a little like indent of where like a dog of some kind in the corner like held and delivered this note. It was very intentionally brought.
Well, I mean, it looks like this is the real deal, but you thought they were dead?
Yeah, thought everyone I knew was, but I guess with you know who Tristan is, I should have already. I mean, I did consider it for a while, but it's been so long. I'd given up the idea that he turned her or any of them. But it also begs the question, how many others are there? My parents? My siblings? How far does this go?
Cordelia will kind of shift a little bit out of her bedroll to kind of crouch closer to you and kind of lean her shoulder against you. I think that these were his wolves that dropped this off. And she's at the castle telling you to come. He obviously knows that we're here. I mean,
knows exactly where we are.
What harm is there going to see if maybe she is? I mean,
because it's clearly a trap if she is.
I mean, if he wanted to kill us, he could have killed us in our sleep. Nefera obviously didn't do that great of a job. Like, no offense to her, but
What do you mean?
At that moment, I'm gonna call up to Jeffrey, kind of like in like one of those shout whisper things, and just be like, "Hey, Jeffrey, how things looking?"
Well, actually, let me roll for Jeffrey. I'm rolling an actual die. Hold on.
I don't want to neglect my duties because of my like existential crisis.
You call
just
up
like
to
his mama?
Jeffrey, and he has like, he's like chewing, and he like looks down at you with like a full mouth, and there's like bugs, like on his face. And he's just like, "Was I supposed to be doing something?"
Just like his mama, for real.
Made in my own image.
Yes, Jeffrey, please keep an eye out for anything
yes,
that's not us.
Anything that is not. Well, there were bugs. I found
are
bugs.
you allowed to eat bugs? Does Nefera let you? Is that should we be stopping you?
I can eat whatever I want. I am Jeffrey. I am my own Jeffrey.
You know what? That's totally fair.
That's fair.
I'm so sorry. I should have taken your personhood into consideration. I do apologize.
I forgive you. It goes back to eating bugs.
Chain chomp into caterpillars.
Rozz will kind of smile a little bit at Jeffrey, and then like turn back to Cordelia with a like getting back to like business on her face, and it's just like, should we go?
I
Should we go
mean,
with them or should we go now? Should I go alone?
you are definitely not going alone.
What if it's her?
Absolutely not. I think that we go in the morning. I think we need to get this rest, and I think we take them all. I mean, there's power in numbers. They were good in a fight. They did some real damage. I think we let them know that he knows that we're here, and we go and see him, because I feel like if we don't go up to the castle, he's going to come down for us.
At least he wouldn't be on home territory at that moment. I mean, kind of. The land still is, but it's not his castle.
But he could hurt your friend, your special somebody, if we don't do what they say.
He likely already has. Okay. Thanks, hon. I will not be able to sleep for the rest of the night, which is good since I'm on watch. I'm gonna go back and keep an eye on Jeffrey. Go back to sleep. I'm sorry to wake you.
Cordelia lets Rozz go back up in the tree, and then she's gonna try to very carefully climb up the tree as well, but she slips a bunch of times. Okay. But she'll eventually try to get in the tree. She skids her knees a couple of times, gets up there, and kind of just leans against Rozz.
Oh, so cute. You do that. Rozz, I think you would notice.
Yeah, I probably grabbed her arm and helped her up in by that point.
Okay.
Just wordlessly. No words necessary.
You noticed, I probably woke a couple people up, and they just immediately were like, nope, go back to sleep.
And Merc's over there.
I was looked and was like, okay, no, we're good.
Amazing. All right. You guys go back to sleep. You get your full rest. And when you wake up, Forlorn does not... It has a day and night cycle, but it is not so prominent as in most places. You look into the sky, it is still very dark and very overcast, but there is this backlit glow as if there is a sun so far removed and so covered in fog that it still almost seems like night, but the presence is there. You all wake up, and what are we going to be doing?
As people wake up, they're gonna find Rozz going through monkish drills at the tail end of her watch.
Cordelia is hanging out of the tree a little bit, just snoring and drooling just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I think Nefera probably just... I like to imagine that the way that Nefera kind of curled up against this tree because of all the stuff that's on her, you could almost in passing think she was part of the tree, and then once she uncloaks and stuff, she kind of comes over to Lyrian and kind of gives a gentle waking up as everybody starts to stir, and she'll look at Rozz. Everything all right last night?
Yes and no, but we can talk about it when everybody's gathered for breakfast.
Breakfast?
Where is Merc? Oh.
Just up
Merc slithers down the tree and over when she eats breakfast.
That is so on brand.
Yeah,
there's really nothing to hunt or to have hunted or gathered during my watch, right? So it's probably just rations for breakfast.
Yeah, we have some Nutri-Grain bars.
You would know this. There are most of Forlorn. Tristan does go out and turn the wildlife into vampiric entities or zombie ghoulish entities. The one place he does not go to are the druidic ruins. where he grew up and where the instance of his like main darkness like originated, where he was essentially turned into the Dark Lord of this realm. There are some animals around there if you so chose to go there. There's also
How far?
a lake there. From where you are right now, probably like an hour's hike towards the castle. So it would be on your way if you guys still wanted to do the plan of going to the castle.
So then I greet everybody with, all right, it's a workout before breakfast. We got about an hour's walk before we can get some food.
Well, Nefera can call another raccoon, right?
I could.
That would be fine with me.
Wait, to eat him?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
He's spectral, I think. Not spectral.
Yeah,
but...
I think they
Yeah, it
disappear as
won't
soon
Are they
as they zero
spectral?
hit point.
Well,
Oh,
that doesn't
actually,
sound
like
very
a
Philly
bait
girl. All right.
raccoon.
You've talked me into it.
Oh, can I reach into my pouch while
Yes.
we're talking of
Go
breakfast?
ahead and roll for your snack of the day.
Incredible. Incredible. What do I roll for my snackies again?
I believe it's a D10.
Snack bag. Yeah.
Is it a D10?
Boop. There's 9 total. Oh, incredible.
Yeah, but I think if you roll a 10, you get to pick which one you wanted.
Oh, sick. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Nefera reaches into her pouch and comes out with like a small handful of dried meat. And she just starts to nibble on that.
Just so I know, which one did you get?
The first one.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
great.
choosing not to
Good.
say
Yep.
what it is.
Continue.
I'm going to pop the blood bonbon that I was given the day before.
Okay, that resets your hunger.
Merc is
My hunger's already down. I just wanted the other effect for the day.
Okay.
Merc.
Why are you
I can't
so
hear you.
tense and silent? What is happening?
She
Well, with the background coming through the forehead, too.
Mark's like,
Kate chose
got in that
chaos and just like
what you got in that
In
bag?
character and above table.
Thanks.
much.
okay, I'm gonna pull it together.
Merc's very interested in that snack.
Okay. Nefera will kind of look at you and then just like, do you want any?
Yes.
Are you particular about where your meat is sourced?
No.
She'll like give a very like toothy grin at that, and then she'll hand one to you. You get a momentary boost, adding to a 1d4 to your next con saving throw.
Ooh. Delicious. It's like one big gulp.
What did you just...
Mark, as you eat this, I don't think it's a meat you've ever tasted before.
Ooh.
Surprisingly tender.
Is it good?
Do you like pork?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty solid.
Pork-like, one might say.
I'm living for age.
All right.
I love not knowing.
Are we, what are you guys doing? Are we heading to the castle or are we heading to the druid thing? I'm sorry, I got so distracted by all that.
Cordelia literally just falls out of the tree behind all of you guys. We're just having this conversation.
Can I try to catch you? Larian will try to catch you. What would that be? Like a dab?
Yeah, it's, to catch somebody, I'll say,
Yeah.
Either athletics or like a dexterity save to like. What'd you get?
Oh, dear.
It's gotta be above a
17.
10. Yeah, you catch her.
Yeah, I think
Catch-
Larian's like packing up, and it's like also got distracted by the little tableau with the forbidden jerky, and then just sort of hears above and the kind of military instincts kick in, and she's like, "Ugh! You good? That's not
Thanks.
You good?"
Yeah, you are very strong.
Oh.
It's the Raven Queen trading. Like she kind of blushes and then looks weird on a Shattercry because she's deathly pale, and then like sets you down and sort of pats your shoulder. Goes away.
Thank you. Wow.
Cute.
Yes.
Smooch. All right. So you guys head on your way towards the druidic ruins. Rozz, I assume you lead the charge as you know these woods by far the best.
Yeah. Obviously I'm gonna stay alert. But I think I'll turn to the group and I say, we should go pretty stealthily, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole way, or I don't know. How many hours is it to the You said it's about an hour to the druidic thing.
Yeah, just an hour to there. And then probably another
from
hour
there
pass to get to the castle.
Okay.
I can pop a pass without trace on us.
Did you fill us in on what you found last night? Do we know about?
I haven't yet.
Okay. That would probably change Mark's answer on how sneaky we need to be. Because if we're just chilling and nobody knows we're here, then we can just tromp through the woods, whatever.
You know what? You're right. I think rather she'll just start leading the way, being a little less stealthy, like a little less concerned than she was the day before, but it's not really showing all that much because she's pretty stoic to begin with. But she's just not being as careful. She's also a halfling, so that's not hard. But yeah, I probably wouldn't suggest it then because she does have that knowledge. But she'll probably share it along the way since it's gonna decide after breakfast anyway. I'll just give Cordelia a look and just take a deep breath. Okay, guys, so my night was not uneventful. And neither was yours, Nefera, was it? I don't know if you even noticed, but there was a visit from one of Tristan's wolves.
Well,
Just
I
one.
didn't say it.
And it left this. And before anybody has a chance to take it from me, I will say that this is now personal for me.
Okay.
But one of my fiance was taken from me along with the rest of my family, and she has written me a note, and the wolf from Tristan has delivered it. I suspect she is one of his minions now, but they know that I'm here, which means they know Cordelia is here too. So we may as well just go together.
And if it came to camp, there's no use pretending like we're not all part of a retinue.
Right.
Yes.
Perfect. So a change of strategy might be entailed then.
Thought we could discuss that over breakfast.
Where are we getting breakfast?
Just up here, because I imagine she took a while to say all that. A lot of pauses, a lot of deep silences. Not a lot of context, but she'll get you, close to the and she'll right here. There, he never comes here.
Why not?
And I am quite the hunter, so just give me a few moments and I will see what I can do.
Understood. Why does he avoid these?
It's where it all happened for him.
Do
Where he
his
went bad.
minions avoid it as well, or just he himself?
DM, do I know that? I think
you
it's
would know that they don't necessarily travel here like on purpose, but they also don't necessarily avoid it when they are moving about. There is both nothing here that they need, but it is not.
Let's not give them a reason.
Yeah, it's also not like averse to them like it is to him.
Okay.
There is a strong aversion of his to not come here.
So this is where
Do you think that
what he is.
Oh, go ahead. Yes. Do you think that Rozz would know that? Like, do you think she would have witnessed that before?
That he does not want to go there?
That he can't?
Go ahead and... I guess that would be like a retroactive perception check. So I'll say roll perception, and we'll say this counts for like your observations over the years that you've lived here.
A natural 19, and I have a +5.
Amazing.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, one moment. Okay, with a 19, because that's a pretty high roll. When you were there when Tristan destroyed the druidic enclave and your family and your friends. There was a moment during that struggle, during that conflict, where the blood of the druids seeped into the small pond, the little lake that is there, and with all of their blood mixing into the waters, at one point he was standing near there murdering indiscriminately, and something about the water began to burn him, and he has immediately fled after that moment. That is how you survived, with just a bite.
I will describe that in detail as much as my memory will allow.
Is there anything I can glean? Because this was like an order of druids that used to live here.
Yes.
Is there anything I can glean from that, as well as the water and the description, as to like what that might be?
When you get to that space, if you want to investigate the water, I will give you advantage on like looking into what that could possibly be.
Merc goes and dunks her hand in the water.
Great.
Well, hold on, let me just...
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
straight to hunting
first.
Yeah.
Whatever is sacred about it.
Alright. Just to give you like a clear picture.
Merc just like, yep, that's water.
Seems wet.
You guys see these ruins of smaller buildings that were simply made, but like have now been like very much so destroyed, sort of in a crescent moon shape for the community. And then there is this pond just past it that at one point you could tell was probably like well maintained with wildflowers and a beautiful place, but now the edges of this pond are surrounded by thorns and bramble that has begun to make a wall around it. So with that information, is Merc trying to jump over these? Because it's like literally like trying... The forest itself is trying to protect or hide away this pond somehow. So it's like tall.
Merc like is certainly going to try to get to the water. And I mean, if that's made more difficult, then that might change her mind on the way. But she's going to go check out that water.
How are you trying to deal with the brambles, with this bramble wall?
I got a short sword. Chic.
Okay. Go ahead and just make an attack roll. Obviously, the brambles cannot hit you back or dodge. But
that's a 21.
Yeah.
To hit.
Okay. You are able to slice through them, and no problem. You make a clearing, head on in. The first thing you notice, this water is pristinely crystal clear. A huge difference between the rest of Forlorn and this pond. Like it stands out almost like a colored painting in the middle of a black and white photo. And you're just sticking your hand in it, like you said.
I think you're gonna call back over her shoulder and just say, "I found it." Probably start with a toe. Stick a toe in. See what happens.
You
Kick
stick a
it
toe
a little
in.
bit.
Seems fine. Just wet water. Cold, like very cold.
You feel the cold through my boot?
Yeah.
Wow.
Feel the cold through your boot.
I think Nefera like lightly flaps your thigh, like get your foot out of it.
Mark will back up. Let the mage do her thing.
It is bad enough that you just bladed your way in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was my home.
Both of you would notice at this point those brambles that Merc cut through are starting to try and reform.
Mm-hmm. I think Nefera is not super worried about them growing back. I have things I can deal with that in a less violent way.
Okay.
I still have my sword, so we're good.
And she'll go down and like inspect the water.
I think Lyrian would give you the help action too, because she's also.
I think I already have
curious.
advantage, right?
You do have advantage, but if Lyrian wants to
then you're
like,
good.
also help in some way, maybe I'll give a D4 depending on what are you doing exactly.
I think Lyrian would like hearing that would have turned to Rozz like, would it be disrespectful to take a canteen of the water with us?
Cordelia's already got hers unstoppered and is pouring her water out.
Considering I'm about to hunt here, I would presume it's pretty okay. Like, you're not trying to taint this area.
No, just if the water burns him in some way, it might be good to have some. Couldn't hurt.
Now you're thinking. I mean, oh, yeah, you got a good point.
Hey, Rozz, honey, have you ever tried to touch the water since you got all, you know?
I don't know. Have I come to fish here in the last 20 years, or?
I'm gonna say probably not.
I haven't been here since the event, probably because of the trauma.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, she's kind of been quiet this whole time, and you just like ask her a question, and her head just kind of like pops up, and is like, no, I haven't been back here till now. And she'll cautiously, assuming that there's still room before the brambles grow back, cautiously just walk up and just bend over and put like the pointer finger, just touch the water, just ever so slightly.
Rozz, the second that water touches you, you feel, at first, it just feels like a burning sensation, not in the part of you touching the water, but like in your chest that is like boiling up. And then you start to feel hungry.
I whip my hand out.
I need you to make a hunger roll.
I wasn't quick enough.
Who's gonna be a snack today?
It shouldn't be too bad because your
yeah, I only have
level
one.
is pretty
You're
low.
low, yeah.
Merc is like
a D6,
peering over
so
your shoulder.
I just need to see what the.
Merc's like lapping the water up. You're like, what's bad for you?
Rolling for hunger. Where is it? Getting hunger dice. I need to see.
Oh, sorry. Do you need me to pull up the mechanics?
I've got it on roll 20. I just got to scroll a lot for it.
Okay.
I'm just I just feel like we'd be like, maybe we should take some of this with us, and I can see Merc just pulling out like a can of Coors Light and just pouring
Crack
that
it
shit out,
open.
and then just scooping
I
it.
literally have to roll a 6 in order for this to be a problem. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
So it's fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's a 1. That's
Okay.
Oh,
easy.
okay.
I ripped my finger out of the water, and I'm like, nope.
Everyone who is taking a vial of the water, just make a note that you have water from the druidic ruins. We will address what those mechanics are later.
With that in mind, I have a monsters pack from my, I think, background. I'm going to pull out the flask of holy water that it came with and test that as well.
On yourself.
And I'm going to look at Cordelia before well, there's no one else to test it on. I don't know. I need to know if it's like the same kind of sensation. But I'm going to look at Cordelia first and say, I got to see. And I just look her dead in the eye as I like just on my fingertip again.
What do you gotta see? What the fuck are you doing?
So I guess I don't know. See if it's the similar. I want to see if this is considered holy water, if it's something different, if it's something more.
Okay. You pour the holy water on you, and first of all, different sensation.
Okay.
Still burns like hell because you are a dampier, and that is holy water. So you're gonna take, I believe it's 2d6.
Whoa.
Water.
That much for a fingertip?
Who
Damn.
chose this?
I didn't think it'd be that bad. And neither did Rozz.
You're losing that finger. It's about to go fizz.
Yeah, they're just bone now.
All right, I'm good.
7 damage.
That's nothing.
On you. So like it starts to eat away at your finger a little bit.
Yeah.
And
it'll heal.
burns with radiant damage. But you only feel it in your finger. You only feel it where the holy water touches you. The sensation you had before where you put your finger in the water, the actual finger felt fine. And it was like this slow sensation that overtook you from your chest. And when it faded it away, the area you felt it the most was wherever you received your bite.
So her hand goes to the thick black choker on her neck. Again, subconsciously, and just kind of like rubs it. But like, she'll hiss at that like holy water. Nope, not the same stuff. Not the same stuff. This is holy water.
Are you absolutely insane? What the hell?
Well, we have to know,
like,
right?
Have your hand and I'm looking at it.
Merc nods.
This will burn. That will make him hungry.
Do we want him to be hungry?
We don't want him to be hungry, I would imagine.
Well, I mean, if he's hungry enough, then I'm sure he's got lots of, allies that we would be very happy to see him eat that are not us. So,
Fair. And if we can get him more primal, he's more reliably going to make mistakes.
Merc's gonna take off a big satchel from her belt and kind of plop it down and open it wide, a little bit wider than it looks like it should be able to open. And she's gonna lean in whole top half of her body in there, her legs kind of dangling over the side, and she's gonna start tossing little bottles back over her shoulder that she's pulling out of this satchel, 7 or 8 of them, and then pull herself back out, cinch it up, put it back on her waist, and start filling up all those little bottles with water from the lake.
All right, yeah. So you have 8 bottles, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Who else?
Lyrian just took a canteen, an empty, water bottle.
Just everybody
Water
mark that
skin.
down on your character sheet that you guys all have this water from the druidic ruins.
Would you say I have an extra, I'm gonna fill my water skin with it,
If
but
you
would you
some,
say
you can take some. I'm not gonna.
Okay, cool. No, I wanted to see if I had an extra little bottle, not for me, but I want to fill a little extra bottle and then just drop it in the snack bag.
Yeah, that's totally. Oh.
For mom.
Okay, got it.
For mom.
Love that.
Roz is gonna
Spicy
look at all
water
of you
from
and
mom.
go,
Okay,
keep that
great.
shit away from me. You do not want that near me. And I'm gonna go find our breakfast. And she's gonna walk
While
off.
I do that, can I do my
Yes.
kind of
Go ahead
investigation
and do your
situation?
investigation. I would
The actual
also
magic.
take survival if you rather do that.
Yeah, my survival is
Oh,
much
yeah.
better.
And you have advantage. on
Advantage, so 14 total.
that? Okay. First thing you notice, looking at this water, there is a flourishing ecosystem in this little pond. You're seeing tons of frogs that are brightly colored. You are seeing beautiful fish. You are seeing, like, at the very bottom, like, tons of fauna at the bottom of this pond. And there is something sustaining that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing you can tell from your druidic training and from your mother's training is that this is specifically protected against someone. You've seen your mother work with unorthodox ingredients, and you would know that when there is a powerful moment where multiple people have strong emotions, that can seep into blood and flesh, and when these things are kind of used in a ritual, they can have very potent magical effects because of that. And there seems to have been some kind of ritual, whether purpose or accidental, that has enchanted this water.
Mm-hmm. So maybe like a strong feeling of like when they were basically being wiped out and wanting to preserve what they could, essentially, if many people felt that strong emotion at the same time.
Yes.
Got it. Cool. Good.
But you do get from this that it is meant to hurt him. So when Rozz said that it would make him hungry, there may be other effects to that just wouldn't affect Rozz.
Because it was specifically meant for
I can
him.
give you more than that with a 14. But
cool. No, that's plenty. Sick. Okay. I think then when she kind of stands up, she'll look around. This was specifically made against him. So, where Rozz is correct, it may make him hungry. I believe the other effects of it are not affecting you because you are not him. It may be more potent than we think.
Rozz, make a insight check for me.
$19.
Thinking back to how it hurt your neck and inside your chest and that bubbling rage, and Nefira says that you were created by Tristan's bite. So it would awaken that aspect of you, but it is not made against you. Like, this is not made to hurt you.
I'm allergic to it, not like poisons.
to like his essence in you.
You'd get hives, he goes into anaphylactic shock.
Basically.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Can I do a survival check for breakfast hunting or fishing?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll survival.
Ooh, that is my lowest roll today. That is an 11.
You're looking around. It's not super hard to find like a couple rabbits and things. You find actually that they're outside of like the brambles. because this pond is here and clearly like it has some like the land around here has more nutrients and just things, like you're able to find like berry bushes and things like that and root vegetables that are growing naturally, and so you're able to scoop up a good amount of stuff. Nothing like huge, like you're not finding an elk, but you know, you're definitely enough for breakfast.
Perfect. And you guys will see her just immediately like she'll come right back with like 3-4 rabbits for us, like start like skinning and gutting them immediately, like expertly.
I think while you're prepping breakfast, I think Nefera would like to like kind of meander around this like druidic area and kind of see if there's anything else she can glean, either about like the order of druids that were once here or anything tied to like specifically what happened, why Tristan did what he did, and like how he became what he was.
Yeah, I would like to do that as well, like looking to see if there's been any more recent kind of adjustments or like warnings engraved into the stone anywhere, like any more changes that seem post that event.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking together or in separate areas?
I feel like we probably just wander.
Okay. Each of you roll an investigation check for me.
Dick.
Sick.
Y'all both rolled terribly.
Strong.
So trash.
A strong showing from each of us.
Okay. Nefera, you are looking specifically for like anything specific to this order of druids.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, actually, sorry, we're gonna get back to you in a second. I'm gonna do Lyrian first. Lyrian, you are looking around for ideas of why he may have been turned and things like that, or what exactly went down. You don't necessarily find anything that strictly indicates the why of the matter, but you do find in one of the worse off ruins, one of the ones that looked like it was overly destroyed and maybe focused on during the attack, that there are the remnants of like a child's chair that had Tristan carved into it. You find also like a little like keepsake, like that's carved out of wood, that is 2 hearts connected. And sorry, 1 second. I want to make sure I get the names right. You see that it says Torin and Ravenna. And it's just a little wooden thing that was near the child's chair, and then you also see like some little scratches in it that just say mom and dad.
Okay, I'm gonna take that with me, and while like head back to ask like Rozz if that means anything.
Okay. We are gonna get back to Nefera's search real quick. So as you are looking for more into information about the druids that lived here, you're trying to be respectful, but you're being a little bit clumsy about it, and you kind of go to look at an area that seems like maybe this is where they kept different things for rituals and such, and you kind of like knock something over, and as you do, you look down at where like you knocked this over, and you see sort of like the wind pick up a little bit, and like tornado a little bit, and then as you look up, it starts to take a spectral form in front of you.
Oh no.
Let me see. I can use that one. Okay. You see the spectral visage of a noblewoman. She looks to be dressed in a long sleeve dress, high collar. There are cage emblems sewn into the dress with a high button up. Very intricate garment and very well made. Her hair is put up very prim and proper, tied back. Everything about her is kind of impeccably placed. And she sort of just looks down at you. Why do you disturb us?
We simply came to find some food as well as understand what happened here.
You may stay for a little bit, but then you must leave.
We will. We don't mean to disturb this place. And my apologies if I've done so.
She's quiet for a moment, and she starts to fade away a little bit, but then there's like a question, and she comes back. Have you seen him?
Not me, but some of my compatriots have.
Do you know how he is?
I've seen what he's done to the land, and I think that tells me as much as I need to know.
She kind of just nods.
Who is he to you?
I cared for him. I brought him here. This is all my fault.
Why did you bring him here?
She kind of looks off. It was his mother's last wish.
Were the druids supposed to help him?
The druids raised him for a long time, but when his abilities began to show, they could not accept him. So just as with his parents, he was cast out. And you see that there's like a spectral tear that kind of like falls down her cheek. And at that, she starts to like fade away as like an emotion overtakes her and she cannot stay in this form any longer.
Okay. When I look down, do I see like the thing that broke?
Yeah. You see a in certain druidic cultures there are similar to in our cultures moments and celebrations of like coming of age and things, and you see that there was a box with like little pieces of hair that were all tied with these braided ropes that had names braided into them. And you see that it is like hundreds of these. Clearly, like every time someone came of age in the village, they would do something that resulted in like them having these little trinkets. And looking through it, you can see like various different people. You're able to spot Rozz's name. You are... Hold on, actually. You see Rozz, Thistletop, Riolia Thistletop, Elton Thistletop, Barrick, Ari, Neri, Rico, Matina, and Xenia. Are all names that you were able to see here. You also find Tristan.
Okay. Was Xenia your fiance? Or no? Yeah? Okay. Did you tell us her name? Would I know that or no?
I don't think she's mentioned it to anyone but Cordelia yet. But if she's asked, she probably would confirm that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you show them the note? Because it was on the note, wasn't it?
I don't think it was. I think it was just come to the castle. And I just knew it was her because of the handwriting and the smell.
Xenia was written at the bottom. It was written.
Okay, so yeah, you would have known that.
Okay, cool. So I think as the spirit kind of fades, so the box they were in broke, essentially. Is that?
It seems like the spirit maybe was protecting the box, and breaking it made her show up, but also made her go away.
Fair enough. Cool. I'll look around for anything remotely similar, whether it's like a box or a bowl or something. And I'll put most of the braids back and like put it back on a shelf and kind of dust it, kind of like the way that you would like maintain a shrine. Like clearly this was important enough for the spirit to cling here. So she'll make sure she does what she can in that respect. She will, however, take Rozz's, Xenia's, and Tristan's out. And if she can light like a little incense for it, she will, and then come back out and walk over to Rozz and kind of hold them out to Rozz.
Her eyes go wide as she looks at them, and then she blinks and trades them for breakfast. Hands you breakfast at the same time.
Thank you. I figured you would want them. I did speak to a spirit that was guarding them. Thankfully, she was very understanding and benevolent. But she was a caretaker of Tristan's.
Right.
Rozz, you would immediately know, because you were there when it happened, that the person who brought Tristan to the druidic enclave was Lady Isolde Ravenshadow.
I think you should just say, right, Lady Isolde.
She was actually the sister of Tristan's mother.
Okay.
I'm sad to hear that she's clinging.
Yeah. I don't know if her spirit still lingers or if breaking the box has released her. But she made mention that Tristan was brought here as his mother's dying wish. And then whenever his abilities began to show that the druidic order, I'm assuming, tried to cast him out. Or exile him.
Yep, that's pretty much the gist of it. Also, that was his aunt that you spoke with. His maternal aunt.
His powers that manifested, what were they? This was before he was what he is now, correct?
He was born what he is, but I think his mother probably hoped that if they should die, he should be raised by the druids, because then maybe, nurture versus nature. But it seems like nature overcame for him.
Doesn't sound like he had much of a chance if the druid cast him out.
It sounds like there was definitely a lot of judgment, huh?
I mean, it's not like he was a monster. He would have been like you, Rozz, right? Like, I don't get it.
I
Why?
think a monster is more about what a person chooses with what they've got. And I think in that way, he is a monster. I have spent years training to keep control, to not even keep control, to just try and maintain some semblance of control over my hunger. And I didn't do it alone. I couldn't have done it alone. That's why I went to the cabin and was around no one aside from, everybody I know being here. But he maybe he didn't give the lessons the druids had to teach a fair shake. Maybe he was always something of a monster, or maybe the death of his parents did it to him. Or, I don't know.
It's hard to say.
There's
Anyone
at least
can do
some
monstrous
motive.
things.
She mentioned him feeling like he was cast out again. His parents sent him away. And then the people that were meant to raise him cast him out as well. So what happened here was likely retribution for that. Is it correct? No. Like you said, people choose what they do with what they're given.
And to add on that, maybe he felt like his parents' deaths were the druids' faults too. I'm not saying they were, but if they hadn't been cast out, then I mean, would they have died the same way?
I'm not sure how they died.
Obviously, he's not in the right for killing everyone here. There's no way to quantify that, but only so many times a dog can get kicked before it bites back.
I think Nefera does, like, if Rozz took all 3 of the strands, I think she will kind of like pluck back Tristan's and kind of like twiddle it between her fingers. Is there anything I know from like Mama Yaga's bag of tricks of like things that I could do with someone's hair?
What are
Mama
the
Yaga.
abilities you get from your hair?
The abilities that I get from my hair, so my
I know you get some
hair,
stuff with that.
yeah, my hair can become a tracker. So like I can, well, actually all of them can do that, but I just flavored it that way whenever I had my little spider. But let me read it to you. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so I have eerie token. As a bonus action, you can harmlessly remove a lock of your hair, one of your nails, or one of my teeth. This token is imbued with magic until you finish a long rest. And basically I can either use it as a way to send messages telepathically. I can make it basically like a little spy camera. I can do remote viewing. And I can also do like the, or is it just those 2?
All right, then I will say with this lock of hair and your experience with magic specifically pertaining to these kinds of things, it can work as a one-time use of kind of like the scrying spell, but you have to choose if you want to listen or see, and he does get a saving throw against it.
Got you. I do also have a third one that is basically like knowing the location of the token.
Okay, so you can choose location, seeing, or hearing, but he gets a saving throw against your spell save DC for probably wisdom.
Cool. Good to know.
Okay. And one-time use. Can't do that more than once.
Yeah. Call our shot.
All right. After you guys have a little breakfast, all of these things are shared. Where are we going from here? Are you guys going to the castle?
Walking into the lion's jaws was a little bit of an iffy proposal when we didn't think that he knew that we were all friends. Seems like a downright bad idea now.
Well, I mean,
I don't think we have much of a choice. Sorry, Rachel, go ahead.
No, you're right. Like, she obviously hadn't reached out to you in a really long time for whatever reasons that she had, but her reaching out now and using his wolves as a delivery system, that's him.
Yeah. But we're also stuck here.
What is it that he wants you for again?
I mean, okay, so all I know Cordelia escaped a very terrible situation and has been hunted from another plane and chased into ours. She was so bloody that Tristan knew she was there and wanted her because, like, ooh, live food, great blood, cool. She ran into my home and I took care of her. We were then both taken to his castle and thrown in the brig, and then we escaped. I may have fed on a few of his guards on the way out, but that was it. Like that's literally it. I don't know why he's using my poor Xenia.
I mean, it's probably my fault. I was trespassing, and then I got you roped into it. And I didn't know I was trespassing. I didn't intend to intrude on his territory, but I don't understand why else he'd want me. I'm not that special.
Maybe we can be more helpful to him than a threat to get him to not kill us and let us go. I just feel like...
I mean, simply put, if he wanted to kill you or capture you, he could have done either of those last night.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he wants to talk to you. I don't know why else he would have had your dead girlfriend write you a letter. So
exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I guess for three of us, our positions have not changed. It's really the two of you who need to decide what you want to do.
We know it's a trap. He knows we know it's a trap.
We have some advantages now, at least.
Yes. I think the original.
I mean, he doesn't know about Jeffrey.
You just hear Jeffrey pipe up, I am the secret weapon.
That's right. All right.
That's right, Jeffrey.
We pop one of those bottles in his mouth and throw him at
Just turn Jeffrey into like a super soaker.
That's amazing.
Where there's like, yeah.
Here for this
he just has the water in his cheeks waiting for the prime opportunity.
Like he just
wait.
The dankest spit take.
Is he watertight? Because like his head was cut off, so is it?
Oh.
Would it just drip?
We stick a plug. We gotta give him a little plug.
I don't even know how to answer that.
Well,
is this headless thing watertight?
No, just the rest of his body is extra-dimensional
hold water in your mouth.
Well, he's a shrunken head, so he doesn't have like lips to form a seal anymore.
Yeah,
that's true. That's fair.
He'd have to just be like holding it back here and not swallow.
Like a gargle. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the bottle in his mouth is the better option, and just let him crush that shit with his jaw.
Oh, there you go.
I like to imagine everything from the neck down is just like in an extra-dimensional space. We just can't see it, so we think it's just a head, but he's got a whole body.
Y'all don't know.
If we put the bottle at the base of the neck, can he just hawk two of that shit?
Spit on that thing.
I've been broken.
I support Jeffrey's hot to dreams.
I mean, I guess sure. Y'all can try whatever you want, but I'm gonna decide what on earth that mechanic is in the moment.
Listen, Jeffrey is the secret weapon, and if we have to, we will.
So his character sheet grows every session.
So this conversation better be so cordial, because if he steps 1 second out of line, we're about to throw this shit at him. I'm just imagining a vampire lord so fucking composed.
Yeah.
And then just this neon little shrunken head be like, ha.
That's it. Chuck the head. Chuck the what? Chuck the head.
Chuck the head. It'd be like, did that man just spit on me and then just burning alive?
Yeah. That'd be a bad way to go.
Oh my god.
You'd be glad if the big black sun came to like suck up your whole domain. That feels right. That feels like the correct ending to this. There can't be any evidence of what occurred here today.
I got divine spittle on my Prada suit, and then the sun engulfed me.
Alright, with that, we're gonna go take our break. Because I need to recover. We'll be right back.
I wake up and the moon is gone. What's the reason? I get dressed and I ask the sun to hear me when I cry. I don't care how it goes, better or worse than most. I want liberation. It's the only way out. Say what you can and care about. I want liberation. I don't care how it goes, better or worse than most. I want liberation. It's the only way out. Say what you can and care about. I want liberation.
Table Talk is not your typical D&D TTRPG podcast. We are not here to run you through our whole campaign.
We're here to talk about everything else in the space of tabletop roleplay.
I'm your host, Alejandra Wilhelm,
And I'm also your host, Mariah Gresham.
and we're your tabletop roleplay girlies.
You sell dice? I'll take like 10 of them. My budget's set to $50,000, but that is dwindling. Each booth I hit, $200 is a minimum. Bag isn't empty, filled with games, I'm never playing them.
I must be Jenny D, all the brand deals that I'm rolling in. You can call me Dr. Meeple, cause I got many men invested in this hobby. Next con, you know I will attend. VIP access badge, cause I influence me. Go cast wish. You could never ever rock a con like this. Grit like me. Go cast wish. You could never ever 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 rock a con like this.
Hey everyone, my name is Authentic Young, which you can call me Authy for short. Okay.
Several signs.
I love the silence from everyone. There was an old lady swallowed a horse. She's dead, of course. And that's it. That's the, okay, time for bed, kids.
Dear Rainier, greetings. I trust this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. Word has reached my keen ears that you are in pursuit of a most intriguing endeavor, venturing into the perilous realms of the Nine Hells. Well, my dear friend, fate has a curious way of bringing like-minded individuals together, for I find myself harboring a new, similar ambition. You see, I have come into possession of a most extraordinary journal, a tome brimming with insights and secrets, concentrating on the Nine Hells, gifted to me by the legendary spell spinner himself, Mordenkainen. After a bit of persuading from dear Elminster, however, as the saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. And in this case, 2 ruggedly handsome rogues are infinitely better than a solitary researcher. Now, the proposition I lay before you is simple yet profound. Would you be inclined to join forces with me on this daring expedition? I believe that our combined knowledge, skills, and maybe a band of intrepid adventurers could make this journey not only possible, but perhaps even successful. The contents of the journal are as tantalizing as a freshly brewed potion, but I must confess that navigating the treacherous landscapes of the Nine Hells requires more than scholarly acumen. It demands bravery, resourcefulness, and a fellowship forged in the crucible of adversity. Picture it, Rainier. An alliance between 2 indomitable spirits, backed by a cadre of brave souls drawn to the allure of the unknown. Together we shall unravel the mysteries of the Nine Hells and emerge victorious, our names etched in tomes of history, and sold under my name, of course. I eagerly await your response, and should you agree to embark on this extraordinary journey with me, let us meet at a place of your choosing to discuss the finer details. Yours in anticipation, Volothamp Gadam.
My dearest Volo, long has it been since I've had the pleasure of your letters. A mistake I prayed we would not make again. My past has been weighing on me, and a trip to the Hells is a wink from the gods if I ever saw one. Of course, I'll agree to nothing I don't hear proposed with your own tongue, Volo. Traversing a landscape of contracts and legal pitfalls, with a man so eager to sign his name on anything that's offered. That sounds like a crackerjack riot to me. I have recently partnered with 2 agents that shadow me in my adventures. One is a paladin with a capital D, likes to spit in the face of kings, but is also stiff for the rulers. The other is much more dangerous, for she has sway with whomever she meets, and I cannot help but swim in the silver pools of her influence. They should be perfectly suited for going to hell. A place of my choosing. If left to my druthers, I shall always be of a mind to suggest our old haunt. Meet me in the dark vault of Waterdeep, seated in our corner of the skewered dragon. Drinks are on you, Renee.
Alright, we have all recovered from the Jeffrey Hawktua incident.
Have we?
We've all recovered from it. We got our giggles out. We're back in this horror setting. Please.
You're welcome. You're welcome. As per usual.
Alejandra's quota of breaking us every fucking episode.
Every episode.
Everyone, there's one.
I keep that thing on me.
I really hurt my face, though.
So you guys are still at this druidic grove, discussing plans of going to the castle. Right now, it is mid-afternoon, like 2 p.m.-ish, probably. You do know, Rozz, that at some point each day, Tristan dies, and he changes from a Dhampir like you into something much, much worse. You have never necessarily encountered it, but you have seen the carnage in its wake.
Is there any pattern to when it happens?
Generally, you see the carnage later in like into the evening, but no clear indication of exactly when the transformation takes place.
Right. I share that information, because I was under the impression he just died for a little bit and became a ghost. But if it's something much, much worse, then that is not at all how I want to plan for it. But I don't know when it's going to happen.
Well, seems like we got 2 choices. We either hustle our butts right on over there and try to get there as fast as we can and hope he hasn't done his little diddly, or we try to do another camping. But is he gonna leave us alone? Like, if he summoned us,
we run the risk of him finding us.
Yeah,
we should probably just scurry.
Yeah. Well, if we stayed here, he at least probably wouldn't come and say hi. He might send some of his minions, but you know.
The spirit did say that we should not linger and continue disturbing the place.
Well, but then she stopped lingering, so
she may not be the only one here.
That's fair, I suppose. I'll try not to break anything. How long would it take for us to get to the castle?
An hour.
About another hour.
It's not that far.
That doesn't sound like it would be evening by the time we get there. You know,
if we move
let's
at
have
a quick pace,
chat.
can we make it in half an hour?
Yeah, if you guys are
What if
rushing, not being
we can
stealthy
ride
at all,
Nefera again?
you're
At
absolutely
least
good.
2 of you.
All right, well,
I
let's.
turn into Long Horse.
Stretch limousine horse.
Long boy.
Yeah, Uber XL horse.
18 leg instead of 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
You turn into
Horse
like the
horse centipede.
Loki horse
Oh,
from
God.
Norse
Horse
mythology.
speed.
Slipnir. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll
let's
lead
get
the
going, I
way.
think.
All right.
All
Moving
right,
quickly.
so we walk and we plan, maybe? Kind of like have a generic outline of what we're going to say. I'm sure whatever we come up with will get blown to shit because we have no idea what this man wants from us, but.
Do we still want to just knock on the front door or sneak in?
Well,
It might be seen as disrespectful if he already knows.
Yeah, I
who-
honestly want to just walk in the front door.
I don't even think we can sneak in because, like, when we stepped over that threshold, he knew we were leaving. Like the second we were over it.
Are we still going to try to make some kind of a deal with him? Or offering some kind of a boon from Nefera's mom? I think that was our original plan.
There's that. There's
There
the
may
information
still-
on the Black Sun.
There may still
Sure.
be, yeah. We have things that he might want knowledge of.
At least something to keep us from killing us right away.
Hopefully, he doesn't just want us because that would suck.
We still
the
need
water on you.
to. Yes, we still need to get the wards down, one way or another. The easiest way
Try to
would
make a
be
deal, or we prepare for a fight.
letting them down. Yes. If it comes to a fight, we run the risk of a repeat of last time.
Well, we just make sure we take one of his carriages and do the same thing we did last time.
Well, there weren't wards to get past last time, right?
What I haven't
the sun's eating.
Ultimately, you were dropped because you killed the Dark Lord of that realm. Stands to reason if you were to kill Tristan, the wards would disappear, but he also has the ability to drop them.
So
Yeah,
either
would we have-
convince him to or kill him?
Would we have any knowledge we would have to kill him, or like if he was like unconscious, or
No.
kind of to borrow a
For
VTM,
the wards,
he would have to die.
For the wards not to be up, there needs to not be a Dark Lord controlling them. Whether he is asleep
Okay.
or awake doesn't matter. He still has the power of the realm.
Fair.
And I say we just go and see what situation awaits us. If it's a fight, it's a fight. If there's a conversation to be had, we can try it.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to say that this conversation happened while you guys are walking, so we're going to kind of fast forward to you standing in front of the castle, which you guys can already see in roll 20. It's a very nice, not creepy at all castle.
Prime real estate.
Prime real estate. You see that this architecture drives up into the sky. Looking at it, it is kind of obvious that there have been many additions made to a previous structure. The architecture between the original castle and these additions is very different. It's the original one is more brick, and these other additions are made of slabs of concrete and brass, and there are large gears that turn and chains that are pulled and spires of electricity. And it is very obvious, no rolls required, that there are interesting machinations of invention that are incorporated into the castle through these additions. What do you guys do? Do you approach the front door? Are we scouting around? What is the deal? Are we splitting the party? Are we all staying together?
I think we're all
Unless
staying
anybody
together.
stops there,
I think
Rozz is
stay
going to walk
together,
right up to the front door and knock.
Yeah. I think Nefera takes off her cloak to be like as evident as possible who she is. Because that's like one of the few cards we have to play. Because it's like, if you want to piss off Baba Yaga, that's on you, bitch.
There's 2 mercs right now.
Okay. So is Echo Merc just a bundle of snakes right now? Or does it actually look like Merc? Or
It's so I mean, pretty much constantly it looks like a cloaked figure wearing the same thing as Merc, just with their cloak up. But if you look under the cloak, you just see this writhing mass of snakes. It's a humanoid figure.
Great. Nice. You knock on the door, Rozz, and you all hear as gears on the side of the door start to turn, and the door is opened. In front of you, you see the grand hall that you remember fleeing through with Cordelia. There is a large blood red carpet that starts at the entryway and goes through the grand hall. This area that has enormously 100-foot tall ceilings. There are multiple hallways that spin off to the sides. And in front of you, the area you did not look into when you fled the last time you were here, there is a large throne room. And waiting for you, sitting on his large throne, which now that you see it, you can tell is made of bones and gears. And at the top of it, you see that there are 2 spires with electricity crackling between them. Is Tristan ApBlanc. And just to remind everybody what he looks like, this is my boy.
Well, Alucard looking baby.
He has long white hair.
Why not?
He wears a dark cape, a black button-down shirt that is unbuttoned like halfway down, and a large black hat with the brim slightly down over one eye. And you simply see one piercing red eye watching you all as he sits in his throne holding a very elegant glass that is filled with a red liquid. And he does not say anything. However, there is... Actually, everybody give me a perception check.
I will
Quick
say...
question.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, like, as we're walking up, Rozz, you feel like the gentlest of little, like, taps of Nefera's nails up the back of your arm. It is almost like a little bit like jarring, but you feel her magic kind of wash over you, and you have protection from evil and good.
Oh, thank you. I think it is going to startle her. Like, she's so focused and tense right now that, like, she does, like, jump a little bit and just, oh, it's you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But quick question. I was 53 when I was turned. Was I older or younger than him?
I believe you actually would have been a little bit older than him. He looks to be like early 30s. So you would have remembered like when he came to the village and was brought as a child and his parents' death and all of that.
I'm assuming not too much of a big age difference, pretty close.
I mean, if he was turned in his 30s and you were in your 50s, you were 20 when he was 20-ish when he was brought to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Who got above a 15?
I got a nat 20.
Okay,
I
we
also
will
got a nat
address
20.
the 20 in a second. Wait. What did you guys each get?
They got 2.
We
Yeah,
both
we
got
got
both
both
got
nat
nat
20s.
20?
both got 23s. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Incredible.
I got a
Anyone else?
13.
And okay, that's below 15. Cordelia, no. Lyran, no.
Nope.
Okay. All right, we're just going with
Sorry.
the 23s then. As this door opens, both of you immediately clock the threat that is in front of you, that is Tristan, is not your immediate threat. There are 2 individuals off to the side behind both of the doors that were just opened. The first one is a man, long elven ears, bright red hair that is kind of like pushed forward and falls in like little curls on his face. He has a large scar on his cheek that sort of looks like it's starred out, like just like these like vines that are kind of like eating at him. Pale skin. He wears kind of like black leather armor, but woven into like different strands on it, where there are not solid pieces of leather, where it is more like woven leather. You see like these preserved dead flowers, dead roses are like incorporated into all of his ensemble. And he also has these piercing yellow eyes. And he is off to the left. Off to the right. Oh, that's on. You see that there is a shorter woman. She looks to be a halfling. She has long black hair with 2 white streaks in it that like just flows. It's a little unkept, a little frizzy at the top. And she wears a dress made of fur, and it has like a deep plunging corset neckline with these like leather ties going across it, and it goes into this long dress and skirt that is made up of different hides and furs and things kind of patched together in a way. It's like a brown, and some areas are brown, some areas are more like a stark white, and some areas at the bottom are tinged and stained red. And she is off to, I said the other one was on the left, right? So she's up on the right. And they are kind of like standing in the shadows behind the doors.
Did we get the idea they did not expect to be clocked?
Roll an insight check.
Please don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Another nat 20.
Damn.
Nice.
You can tell by the expressions on their faces, both of them wear an eerily similar grin. They are unconcerned with you noticing them.
Okay, cool.
So I think Mark is just gonna kind of adopt the persona of I'm just a guard, and is gonna stop kind of just inside the doors and let everybody else kind of continue on to deal with Tristan. And Mark's just gonna hang out right by the doors with one each of the mercs kind of positioned near these 2.
Yeah, I think Nefera makes like almost a casual sense of like, I see you, you see me, and almost like looking a little bit bored, is picking, like she's activating a bit of that primal savagery. So she's walked in looking very much like her Fey self, not like this composed thing. So she's got like longer talons, she's got sharper teeth and fangs, and she's almost like picking at her now extended claws. Just kind of making a little bit of a display there.
Cordelia takes a step away from you and kind of behind Rozz.
Yeah, I think Lyrian's seen Nefera kind of pop this off several times now. And so she also adopts a very kind of bored, like, the manner when she's dealing with her family, when she's dealing with the people in, the court in the Shadowfell, of just sort of am important, am here in casing it, but also I'm kind of bored with all this and unimpressed. And she does position herself a little bit in like closer to the front with Nefera, but she knows Cordelia is kind of freaked out by all of that. So just sort of to keep control of the emotions of the situation, to sort of body block that to the extent she can.
Understood. As you all make your way further inside, the male on the left steps forward into the light, which is very dim in here. There isn't much. There are like a couple candles that are not even really attached to walls. They are simply floating like 20 feet above you.
That's sick.
So very like dim lighting that is also shifting as you enter. And you hear him say, "We've been expecting you. Hello." And he like gives like a very deep over the top bow. And as he presents himself, "My name is Ilarion Moonshadow. Pleasure to meet you all. It's been ages since we've had intelligent guests." And this is... Imagine this image has long elven ears, though, because this one doesn't, but it's fine.
Okay, cute. Wait, I love him.
Mariah.
Just kind of instinctively, Cordelia, when he bows, will curtsy because she has like one layer of tulle that she didn't rip off of her ball gown over her pants, so she just kind of curtsies back.
When you curtsy back, he actually goes to he extends his hand towards you.
Kind of looks at Rozz, but then will extend her hand out.
He goes to kiss your hand, lingers a little too long, kind of sniffs, and then it's like, and
I'll pull her hand back.
Oh, you're pulling her hand back?
As soon as I see the sniff, I'd probably reach for it, but if he releases it, I imagine I go to reach for it and just miss it as he releases her, and I'm just like,
She will grab your hand, though. The hand that you had reached forward. Once he releases her, she'll just kind of grab you with it and take a step back away from him, smiling very politely.
Because I haven't noticed who I think is Xenia, I'm going to just go with it and continue to hold your hand as well.
Okay.
Would Illyrian know, are these, would the appropriate title be Lord for Tristan? Would that be the way?
Yeah.
Would I
Tristan
know that would be the way to address him?
I mean, he's the Dark Lord of the realm, so Lord works just fine.
Yeah. Okay. I think, as Cordelia curtsies as well, Lyrian does thing where it's like a half curtsy, half bow. She kind of she keeps a hand on the pommel of her sword, but it's a respectful kind of semi-combatant bow. My lord, sir.
He's kind of just chuckling to himself a little bit, watching all of your reactions, and then sort of does this elaborate follow me, and leads you into the throne room. Rozz, can you please make Merc, you said that you're going to be at the back of the group. Rozz, where are you in walking order?
Probably first, with Cordelia to my side.
Okay. Then as you guys are walking, I'll continue the 23 perception checks from Nefera and Merc. And specifically Merc, you clock this because you are at the back of the group. The woman, the female presenting one, is sort of following along in the shadows, but she's sticking to the shadows that are off to the side. But you do clock that she is intentionally walking at the same cadence and she if you were to draw a line across the room, she's staying level with Rozz as they walk.
before we enter the throne room is when I'll let go of Cordelia's hand.
Do I by chance get anything on that insight on Tristan?
What was a nat 20? Oh no. 1 second. I just realized I accidentally closed out roll 20. Hold on.
Oh
no. Oops.
And the dark star descends. Our world ends.
The world is eaten. We don't even get to flirt with the hot vampire guy.
No.
Oh.
What is...
I'm right here.
Yeah, so is your fiance.
I don't know that.
True.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
For all I know, she could be his prisoner and forced to write that letter.
Yeah.
Likely.
Yeah, real likely. This is D&D, not choose your own adventure.
Everybody can see my roll 20 right now, and that's fine.
Which is actually how he described D&D to people. It was like, choose your own adventure with dice and adult decisions.
Yeah.
And friends to play with.
Okay.
I had another friend who said it was fantasy football for geeks.
D&D?
Yeah.
Oh, because of all the numbers?
I like my description better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright. So sorry about that. I literally clicked the button, and I don't know if that was an impulse control thing, or... what? But...
I mean, I've done it.
I was like, oh, I'm done with this information. We're going to click the X button.
Sometimes it's just muscle memory. You just close something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes your brain is unconsciously like, oop, too many tabs. Like, time to narrow it down.
All right. Back to what we were talking. So insight on Tristan with a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
You immediately see he is not confrontational.
Okay.
Even though kind of hard to read, but he's not going to outwardly immediately attack you. It seems like he looks poised for a conversation. He doesn't seem very trustworthy.
Okay. I mean,
I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Like, you can definitely tell, like, this is the mask of a face of someone with schemes and machinations of intentions. So, not an immediate battle. Probably not going to be an easy conversation, though.
Can Nefera tell who Tristan is looking at the most? Like, who he's watching as we all come in? Who he cares about the most?
As you come in, his eyes are fixed on Cordelia, but they also flicker between Lyrian and Nefera, probably.
Okay.
He does look at you, Merc, for a second, and there is like a strange twitch to his eye, and then looks away for back to the other three. And Rozz,
baby is this?
As you are already Dampier, he not really is interested in feeding on you.
Oh.
He's already did that once. As
only
you,
once.
As you all enter the throne chamber, he kind of like stirs his glass, takes a sip. You left so soon last time. And now he's looking at Cordelia.
She sinks into a very deep curtsy, and she doesn't rise. She just kind of sinks down and then looks up, staying in the curtsy. And she'll say, well, I do apologize for that. Unfortunately, my welcome was a little bit different than what I'm used to, and it was just a little bit concerning to me that I ended up in a cell. And so I thought I should probably leave. I'd just been through something traumatic, and my judgment was clouded. I do apologize for not greeting you as my host.
Cordelia, your tattoos, do they always shift a little bit?
Yes.
You notice he goes from looking at your eyes to following one of the chains that snakes around your shoulder. Traumatic seems accurate. I'd love to hear more about that. But unfortunately, as your friend should have explained, there's a blood tax that is to be paid in Forlorn. So,
and about how much is that blood tax?
You see that he kind of like stirs his drink again, thinks for a moment.
Been accruing interest, bitch.
He pulls out an Excel spreadsheet. He's like, hang on a second.
Let me bring in my accountant.
It's not more of a certain amount as that beings, such as yourselves, I do not allow to remain in this state in my lands. And he's now looking over Nefera and Lyrian. And then he looks to Merc and goes, though those tainted by magic in their veins such as you, I will pass.
Rude.
Fortunate for you either way, we don't intend to remain here.
Also, if we're talking tainted by magic, it's very tainted.
It's expired.
Sorry.
There's mold.
I'm so spoiled. Would not taste good.
Rephrase. You, and he's looking at Cordelia, have a power that is infused into you that I can sense. That one, and he nods towards Merc, that one has a curse, which is much different. And then he's looking at Nefera and then Lyrian. And to Nefera, I assume your mother would not appreciate me taking the blood tax from you.
Likely not.
And I would prefer not to upset her. And then he finally goes to Lyrian. I could take the blood tax from you, though. Or this one, and nods towards Cordelia. Who do you choose?
I think Lyrian, very level, pardon my ignorance. Could you explain a bit more how the tax works? What's involved?
Well, it's up to you. You could feel free to give up your life, or I am benevolent. I would give everyone a choice. You could be like her. Points to Rozz.
So you're saying you gave her a choice? Is that correct?
No, unfortunately I did not. I was a bit,
interrupted?
I was going to say out of control at the time.
Well, then it sounds like we've already paid our tax. If it's a group thing, you're saying we can choose one of our members to have given you the tax. We have. Rozz did.
That was a very long time ago, and does not count for this instance.
Is it like an annual thing we have to refile every year, or what's the time limit?
How long do you plan to stay in my domain?
We're actually looking to get out as fast as possible.
Unfortunately, your borders are closed. We do have.
Aren't they?
They are. We do have a little bit of information about why we came back so abruptly after we had left. Perhaps you'd be interested in a trade of a different sort instead of a blood tax. Maybe a favor or some information, or maybe a favor in the future.
Information I do enjoy.
It would be favorable, seeing as both Lyrian and Cordelia are part of my retinue. And by extension, my mother's.
I'll make you a deal. I will accept the information if you also agree to play a game. I do get bored. And my company is static.
Dale?
What'd you say?
Dale?
Yes. Quite stale. And you are all so lively.
Can I insight check?
In the world.
Can I insight check whether that's a genuine offer or?
This whole time that everybody's talking to him, Rozz is just searching. He's just looking for Xenia.
Rozz, roll perception for me. Sorry, Lyrian, what did you get?
An 8.
Really hard to read, but
yeah,
seems genuine, honestly. Clearly, I mean, he's a vampire sitting on a throne, so take that however you want.
Fair enough.
But he is agreeing not to kill one of you.
I rolled a 21 on insight for the offer of a game. I think especially like with like Fae and deals and tricky stuff that like piqued her interest.
It does seem like he genuinely wants to play some kind of game. What is a game to him and what is a game to you could be two different things. Rozz, what did you get for perception?
23.
You notice off to the right, standing in the shadows, Xenia. Hold on, please. She is intentionally hiding off to the side at the same level as you in the throne room, almost behind a long draped curtain, just watching. And she has glowing golden eyes that are staring at you from the darkness.
Yeah, Rozz is just, this whole conversation is after she clocks her, standing sort of protectively in front of Cordelia, just not completely in front of her, she can converse, but like sort of half in front of her while staring over into that shadow.
When you notice her and Tristan is still in conversation with the others, you see that she like raises her hand to wave like a little, but there is clearly something preventing her from like just walking over to you, and her expression is sad.
Yeah, I think Rozz just watches her, but isn't showing any emotion on her face intentionally.
As you continue to watch her, she kind of, I wouldn't say glitch is the right word, but there is like a moment of her existing in two different spaces and then just one again. As if like intense emotion is cueing into some strange magical ability that she might have as she like kind of separates and then reforms. And I'll also say with your roll, you now clock the blood stains at the bottom of her dress.
I'm just going to make a mental note of that and remain quiet.
Okay. Tristan goes back to speaking with everyone else. So do we have a deal?
game?
A game.
Well, what is the game?
Chess.
Me, Alejandra the person. Fuck!
Yeah. Me, Mariah, and Lyrian fuck because her intelligence ain't great. But, you know, might as well
I just
try.
So excited because I collect chessboards. I'm like, yes.
Incredible.
But that doesn't mean Cordelia is going to be good at it. So
Right.
I can't speak for the whole group. What do you think?
I mean, chess seems like a good idea, but what are the stakes exactly? If we lose, what happens?
No stakes at all. It's just for entertainment. As I said, I'm quite bored. So we play a game. You give me this important information. And I allow you to leave Forlorn. Just as you are.
Us, as well as one other.
One other?
Mm-hmm.
And who might that be?
And she'll just kind of look at Xenia from the shadows because she clocked her like from the jump.
Oh, I see. Xenia, you may step forward. And you see that she very shyly kind of like walks over to Tristan's side. And he looks down and says, Xenia, do you want to leave? And she glances over at Rozz and then looks up at Tristan and goes, no, of course not. I'm very happy here. And then she like kind of moves back and stands behind him a little bit.
You don't look like it.
She looks over at you like hurt, but does not say anything else. If Xenia wishes to leave with you after you are done with your game, I would of course allow it. Do we have a deal?
Did you make the deal with me? Specifically.
Of course.
Words are important, after all.
They are. And I respect the power in them. And he extends his hand to you.
She'll extend her hand as well, and if you would allow me a little flavor, from my own world stuff, whenever deals are made with Fae, you have like a physical mark left somewhere on your body.
Love this.
I'll let you dictate what that mark looks like for this specific deal.
Okay. Give me the intention in your thoughts right now, in Nefera's thoughts, as she makes this deal.
The intention in her thoughts are guaranteeing the safety of the group.
Okay.
Xenia coming would be a nice bonus, but her main focus is making sure the group survives this and leaves. I don't think she's as interested about deposing this man as she is about just getting back to her mother and fulfilling her duty and ensuring that these people survive it.
Then what you see happens as you two shake hands is that on the back of both of your hands, marks start to appear. And on the back of yours, there is a chess piece of a black queen with wings sprouting behind it. And on his, there is a white chess piece of a king with a chain going around it. And as you shake hands and these marks form, you hear gears and you feel a rumble in the ground as the area around you starts to descend. The throne on a pedestal now above you as you are brought down and down and down. You see that there are hedges coming up now in the floors around you that are starting to make a maze. I need to know who is standing next to who right now.
Next to Cordelia.
Yeah, I would have been next to Rozz, but I would have taken a step slightly away whenever I finally clocked Zinnia. Because the second that she came out of the shadows, I would have taken a step away.
Yeah, I think Lyrian would be standing by Nefera.
I'm on the left of Rozz. And
this is cool.
I think Xenia was on the right hand side, so that would be like Lyrian, Nefera, Rozz, Cordelia, and then 2 mercs on either.
All right.
That sounds about right. Yep.
You guys should have control over your pieces right now.
Xenia's so fine. What the fuck?
Yeah, right?
Right?
I just
Yes!
Dang,
I saw that in
Rozz.
chat earlier. Oh my gosh.
God, I'm no better than a man.
So this is this is kind of where we're thinking, like this.
Yeah, like that.
And then I need to put a
secondary merc.
Second merc on here. One moment.
Wait.
I don't know shit about chess.
This map is so good.
Map by Grim Maven. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Their maps are amazing.
They are.
Actually, I gotta switch us over to our battle map.
Not me. Not Hermione.
Yeah, look at this.
Yo, it's got to be you.
Oh no, it zoomed out too far. Stop.
Not Cordelia. You.
Sorry. Okay.
Since we're in like a transition period, can we talk about how he has a chain on his chest piece?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm concerned.
Yep.
Well, that was mostly because of the intention of
binding
Farah.
to it, right?
I think
binding him to the contract and
intention.
making it so that she could leave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I was going to use the time that somebody was playing chess to try and convince Xenia to leave, but I don't think that's going to work.
We're going to
She's going to be one of the other pieces.
Hey,
so
Mama, let
have
me
fun
whisper
with
in your
that.
ear.
I love that you actually thought we were gonna sit down and play chess for this.
I don't.
I added a second.
You never know.
I don't know why.
It was just gonna be like an intelligence roll who wins chess. Then
Yeah, I mean that's. I
I'm
love
a
to be like
little
three
obsessed
sets
with
of
but yeah.
intelligence
That's
rolls.
so cute. That's wild.
That's how I've
I've
done it.
never-
I've been like, just roll off and see who wins. Goddamn.
Uh,
I love the little slime cube in the hedge.
Ooh.
Or they might just
There are
be
little
those.
cubes.
Okay, the
Oh,
one
there's
with
treasure.
the little green mark. Why did that not work?
Oh,
I think it's
spider
treasure.
webs.
Green.
Is there treasure? Yeah, there's a lot of fucking. I don't trust those things with like eggs. I don't fuck with that section of the maze.
Ooh, maybe they're portals. You go in a blue one, you come out a blue one.
I'm running.
Oh, maybe like a little was it sorry you can do that?
Okay, the one that has some dots on it is doppelganger mark. Should that have the same hit points as you? What is its points?
No, it's got 1 hit point.
That's
but
it?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it gets hit, which it shouldn't. And I can swap places with it whenever I want.
You look around. What was everyone looking at or doing as the board was, as you were descending, as all of this was happening?
I was keeping an eye on the redhead.
Okay. Make
I'm still staring at Xenia.
track him.
I think Nefera would be casting like a detect magic.
Okay.
I think Lyrian's just trying to figure out, like, get a lay of the land. Like, she's looking at the environment that we're coming up and, like, potential ways out, like, you know, just trying to...
Let me address a couple of those before we move on to everybody else. Merc, you notice that Alarian, as it is descending, dashes off into the hedge maze.
Which direction?
This direction. Hold on. Over here. Behind the white pieces. And off to the right. Okay, what was everybody? Nefera was casting Detect Magic.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, not a lot of magic here.
Okay.
And simply from the way that this all happened, Tristan clearly does not use a lot of magic. This place is mechanical and electrical in nature. And you actually sense kind of that there is specifically an aversion to magic going on. Like, an unnecessary amount of avoiding magic.
Sick.
A
magic phobe.
And then, Lyrian, you had said something that I forgot.
I think she's just trying to get a lay of the land, but we could also change that to, is the Dreadlord in the maze with us, or is he still up on the platform?
He is very much so still up on the platform.
Okay, so he's gonna watch.
He had taken a step down to shake Nefera's hand, but as this all happened, the platform he was on stayed up there with his throne.
Okay,
and you
cool.
now see that he is returned to his throne and ready to watch whatever game is about to ensue. This is pure entertainment for him.
How high up is he?
100 feet.
Okay.
Not insane, but a decent ways.
How far can I throw Jeffrey?
Oh my god.
What's the range on?
If the game gets too funky, I'll be like, either you'll let me out or you get head.
I guess you could throw Jeffrey.
We need to get a slingshot for Jeffrey.
The hair
that
works.
would be funny. I mean, I guess you could throw a baseball the same distance as, like, a javelin, right? It seems...
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
If you're a
so
thrower
whatever the
thing.
range is for a javelin is what I will allow for thrown Jeffrey.
Incredible.
And were there any other questions as you guys descended before?
I am still staring at Xenia.
She is also still up on the platform.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Yeah. She did not come down into here.
Javelins are 3120, just for the record.
Okay.
Before we descended,
Jeffrey's in disadvantage range.
Cordelia is going to link her mind telepathically to Tristan's
Okay.
So I have telepathically bonded with him. I can talk to him in his head.
I love that for you guys.
Talk shit.
Terrifying, really.
Does he know that this bond has occurred? What is the wording of this?
I don't actually know. As a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other while you are within 3 miles of each other. The telepathic connection lasts for 5 minutes. And it is...
I'm going to say, as a Dark Lord, he will
I would
recognize
assume
that you made this connection with him. And I think that you actually clock as your platform moves down this kind of surprised yet happy look on his face as you make this connection. And you hear in your mind as the platform gets to its final destination. I do enjoy it. This will make things more interesting. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
It's watching you say shit after you muted yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys hear a gear go off to the left. And Cordelia, you hear through that bond again in your head, and only you hear, "Let the game begin." And you all hear a growl off to the left, but it is from deep within the maze. And you see one of the white chess pieces moves forward. So the pawn... gosh, this is going to be annoying to mark, but we're going to do it anyways. This pawn is going to move to here. I'm so sorry, Grim Maven. I'm going to be drawing all over your map.
Marking up all your beautiful work.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they were like, you weren't actually supposed to play chess with it.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing.
That would be cool. That would be cool if they had one where you could actually move the pieces.
That
would be sick.
Yeah. I should have made some pieces to put on this board. But we're probably not going to finish the whole game of chess this session anyways. So.
True.
Is everyone okay with going a little over time by like 10 or 15 minutes? Or does anybody have a hard out right now?
That's fine.
Okay, great.
Oh, yeah, we can go.
So yeah, you guys hear a growl off from over here. And this time you all hear him speaking down to you. To move your chess pieces, you must go collect their tokens in the maze. Good luck.
In his head, he hears, "May the best woman win."
You just hear chuckling. It like echoes in there for a little bit and lingers.
Called you a lady. Cool.
Merc is gonna at least go over to this pawn and try really hard to move it
Give me a strength.
forward.
Give me athletics.
I'm gonna have both Mercs try it.
Go for it.
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Nat 20,
Dang.
baby!
Okay.
So many nat 20s.
Mercs
You
are so
begin
buff.
to pull this chess piece, and it is stuck terribly. But as you rip it up with the help of your bundle of snakes, you see that underneath this chess piece actually is not just a chess piece. There is a metal rod that goes down into the board and deep down into the board, connected to gears beneath the surface. Hi, little baby.
It's the bundle of snakes.
So it is not necessarily possible to pull this chess piece and move it. It is being controlled by mechanics beneath the floor and is very much so attached solidly to that. You do notice, though, as you're doing this, that there are little slots on each of the chess pieces. About the size, like a 4 inches by like 1 inch slots in each chess piece.
Can I dig around in my big old bag of junk and see if I have something like a jar lid or something that's about that size?
Yeah, I'll say you could probably find like a jar lid. Definitely would be like about that size.
Okay, I'm trying to shove a jar lid into that slot and see if I can like arcade quarter jimmy this.
You see as like you do that, there is like these two intricate gears, like a top and bottom, that rotate to like eat up the lid, but they have very specific grooves in them, and as they do, it just kind of shreds it. It seems that for something to pass through here, it would have to have the exact same grooves that are in the bottom and top of this piece.
All right, so they're specifically keyed to the things that we have to go find.
Yes.
All right, I share that information with the rest of the group, and I say this game is going to be more complicated than your average chess game, I think.
Cordelia kind of looks at everyone in the group, and then she's like, well, hell. And she's going to twin spell haste, and she's going to do it on Lyrian and Merc. So both of you are hasted currently.
Nice. Let me mark on you guys so I do not forget that you have haste. And you said Lyrian and Merc?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What am I going to use for haste?
That's
not the snail.
Additional action. Okay.
No, let's do the little clock. Nope, wrong Merc. Right Merc. The clock. Okay. The clock means you guys are hasted. What else would you guys like to do?
Are there exits to get out of the hedge maze and into the...
There's one on our right.
Okay.
It's like...
Yeah, looks like there's one exit.
I have a question
Yes.
for you, the DM.
Got an answer.
On how you would rule this.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do my eerie tokens for like telepathic message? And would I still be able to communicate if I wild shaped? Like as long as they have it.
Ooh. Because it works based on like mental speaking, I'll allow it. Why not? That's fine.
Okay. Sick. Nefera bites off all of her, four of her fingernails.
Oh, good. Okay. It's great.
Okay.
Just like
you all watch as Nefera bites off her
Yeah, when you're done, when you are so done with these acrylics, you know, and you're just like,
honestly, yeah.
Mine are like about to
basically.
Start cracking them bad boys.
Yeah, she hands each of you one of them. You know the deal at this point. And then like without a word, her body starts like cracking and contorting and changing color, and she becomes a giant wolf spider.
Love that. Let me get you.
Can I get a spider token?
Lyrian just takes her eerie token, and she has now a dedicated eerie token or weird shit from the Farah pocket in her armor that she just stuffs that in.
You were just collecting my teeth and nails and hair.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright, and now you can control that.
Spider friend.
Spider friend.
And we will put that
5 foot
where
squares or
here
like
once
the
was.
never mind, the measurements on there.
I'm gonna move this off them.
Are we in initiative right now? Like, are we tracking movement?
No, you're not in initiative yet. You haven't
Okay, sick. That's fair. Then I mean, I'll just
should that wolf spider
mosey.
be bigger? I feel like
probably.
Yeah, wait a second. How large is this creature supposed to be?
Can
Oh no, medium beast for
beast.
giant wolf spider. No, it's just the same size as a human.
I mean, it's like it's a 5 foot square, so that's a pretty fucking big.
It's a person.
It's a big fucking spider for sure. For sure.
It's more spider than you want to have.
Yeah.
It's a spider from Australia at that point.
Yeah.
Can I?
It's like a
can I
half
climb up?
spider.
Can I climb up on one of these chess pieces and try to get a view like over the hedge a little bit and try and like get a glimpse for like where any of these creature power discs are?
Yeah. Which piece are you climbing on?
I think I am going to climb on this rook right here.
All right. Give me another perception check then.
Oof, that one's a 6.
Okay. You do not see anything specifically. However, you see rustling from over here in an area where there is web and fog.
Mm-hmm.
You see a glow for a moment over here. Oh, you know what? I gotta change the color so that you guys can see it better. Okay. So like I said, there is rustling over here in the web and fog. There is a flash, like a bright glow, that comes from over here and then is gone. And you hear skittering much closer to you.
Okay. There's spooky stuff out there, be careful.
Can seeing Merc do this after Merc calls out and turning around, Rozz has spider climb. Can she just climb up the hedge itself and just like stand on top of it?
Yeah, you absolutely can climb on top of the hedge.
I'm gonna do that next to what seems to be the exit out of here. I don't remember how to ping.
So the one on this side?
Yes.
Okay, so you're standing like right here then?
Yep, that's where I was trying to ping. Thank you.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Blue die doesn't normally do me that well.
From that vantage point, you are able to clock Ilarion, who is hiding in the shadows over here, as of right now. You are also able to see a bunch of, like, furless cat creatures back here. Like, tons of them.
Oh.
Delicious.
You also, from that vantage point, would see some kind of creature in waiting over here. Multiple of them.
Uh-huh.
And then over in this direction, you recognize the like low growls of the wolves, of Tristan's wolves.
Yep, Merc is right. Lots of crazy shit out there. I'll point out the general, like, basically what you just said is like, this way there's, you know, these things, that hairless cat things, and lots of them. Dude is over there.
He's likely collecting his own chess pieces if we're all playing fair.
Here's what I suggest. I could try and walk up here and keep an eye out ahead for you guys.
As you say that, you
hedge eats me up.
See Elian hop over the hedge here, and he goes and puts a token into the night.
Great, so you got a head start too. Great.
And that chess piece moves.
I'm gonna head into where the spider webby section is.
Oh.
And I would like to be stealthy and looking for the piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll stealth for me.
Snake Merc is right by where that knight landed. Can I have Snake Merc try and yoink the coin out of his knight? I know it might not work in our pieces, but it might at least prevent him from using his piece.
So, the only reason I'm going to say no is because the way that the chess pieces move is they don't move until they've consumed.
It like nom 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 nom.
Yeah, so it's like inside. Like you would have to
now.
break open the chess piece somehow, which is like solid metal, and get it from the inside. So,
okay.
I don't like to say no a lot, but I don't think that there's a way to really.
No, you're fine.
Sorry, Nefera, what did you get for stealth?
15.
Okay, and you are moving into which area
The
again?
spider,
Can you move your piece
the spider
so
web.
I can see?
I'm over here.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Sorry.
just kind of
I forgot you were a spider. You move into that area, and gosh, you are a spider, so I feel like they wouldn't necessarily attack you.
Okay.
You start
One
to see.
of us. One
I am
of
the
us.
spider. I'm just
start
like
to
all
see,
the other spiders.
Eggs in clusters all around this area. You also see spiders that look very similar to you, but they look almost undead.
Mm-hmm.
There are parts of them that are decayed and old, that have like a spark in the areas where there are like holes in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is something keeping them alive. And there are 3 of them that are, I will mark them on the map in red. So as you enter, you see cluster of, oh sorry, not there.
Oh yeah, it says while I'm in contact with the web, I know the exact location of any other creature in contact with the same web.
I will show you all these. I'm going to circle. I mean, I guess you can. I don't necessarily need to circle them. You can see them on the map, like where the eggs are. Like any of those clusters of like little stones, those are the eggs. Okay. But the actual creatures, actually, it's gonna be easier for me to just place them on the map, huh? 1 second. I'm gonna mark all these guys so we can differentiate them from you. They're gonna be marked with a little red dot. So, while you are in contact with this web, you know where all these little dudes are. Okay. That is where all of them are. And then, like I said, all the little clusters are eggs.
The eggs. Okay.
In Tristan's head, can I ask him a question really quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. So in his head, real quick, just double check before I do anything that would upset you. Are you very attached to this maze? I might remodel it just a little bit, if that's all right with you.
Darling, I want you to use everything at your disposal to win.
Fantastic. Are you very attached to your friend down here? I wouldn't want to cause any animosity, but I do believe that I could take him out of the game.
I would love to see you try.
Great. All right, back to you.
I rolled a 6 perception for the coins. Well,
for looking for the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't seeing it anywhere.
Cool, sick. I'm just gonna stay out in this web and keep rolling on my turn.
Okay.
I think the last little clever thing that Mark wants to try is going over to the queen piece, the white queen, and taking a couple of crossbow bolts out of my pack, breaking them up and jamming them in there, taking my short sword and really just trying to jam the pieces of these crossbow bolts in this slot as much as possible to try and fuck it up. And then
fucking with all of these is the funniest thing in the world to me. Okay, so wait, you're doing that to the white queen or the black queen?
the one that's not ours, their queen.
Interesting.
Which they're white,
Okay.
right? Yeah, they're moving the white pieces. Yeah.
You
So I'm
made
trying to make it so that he can't activate at least his strongest piece.
Yeah, no, I love that. Gosh, what role would that be? It's like a sabotage roll.
Roll the fuck shit up.
Athletics, I guess? I guess that'd be athletics, because you're just trying to jam shit into this.
Could be sleight of hand.
Yeah, or sleight of hand, whichever's better.
No, athletics would be way preferable. Okay. Merc very strong. 13 is the roll.
I think that's good enough to, like... Is it going to permanently do anything? No. But if you were down to the wire and you guys were racing to things, it would definitely cause an inconvenience and give you time. Gosh, how am I gonna mark that?
I will be sure to pipe up about it if the queen becomes relevant.
Okay, I'm just gonna circle her for now. Just to remind myself that she's a little sabotaged.
Ooh, I just noticed I have blind sight within 10 feet and also a passive perception of 13, if that made the search any better.
From where you are right now, you do not sense anything yet.
Okay.
You've not gotten in range of it. Rozz and Lyrian, is there anything you guys are doing during this?
So remind me, like, where Rozz, I think Lyrian, like any suggestions on where I should go?
I can't see where any tokens might be. I can only see where the dangers are.
They're probably where the pieces are.
Yeah, if I had to guess where the tokens are, they're probably near the danger.
All right. Well, there's a group of hairless cat things back here.
Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, I'll head toward that. Like, general question about the maze is that, does the maze seem like something you could cut through, or is it pretty thick and like dense?
Looking through it, it looks really thick. However, you can always try.
It would take some time, though. Okay.
I was gonna suggest Rozz just lift you up and over.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys have been able to climb on a bunch of shit and nothing has happened, so.
Yeah, I think if Rozz can like hand her up, then she'll get and just run toward the hairless cats.
Cordelia, would you like to help us?
I will in 1 second. Where is Valerian?
Yeah.
We're busy at the moment. I'll look around for him.
You don't see him. He hopped back into this section.
I'm kind of thinking that Merc is just going to stalk around between his pieces. And next piece he tries to go to and activate, Merc is going to not let him do that.
All right.
Merc and Merc 2.
Okay.
Cordelia is
I'm interfered.
Cordelia's going to reach up to her necklace.
Sorry, what's Cordelia doing?
She's reaching up to her necklace, and she's taking off one of the little gems. Fire in the hole! Lobs it over the maze and fireballs right where he would possibly be on the other side.
Oh, nice. A general area where this man might be? Perfect.
Yeah.
I am watching this from atop the hedge.
Go ahead and roll damage for that. As the maze catches fire in this area, which I also need to mark.
Shit.
We'll say it gets this.
25.
Is that enough? Hold on. Yeah, it's 25. Okay. So as the maze behind you all lights in flame. Cordelia, you first hear the laughter in your head, and then you all hear it as he's just like, I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. And that is where we're gonna leave it for today.
Nice. I love it.
But it's
Me
both
just making
good
friends
and
with the spiders.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody, for watching. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. So.
Oh yeah.
So much
A
fun.
great time.
This was great.
This has been Feydark Eclipse, Team Shadowfell. It's been a while since we had a game because of life issues, but hopefully here on out we're gonna be more consistent. We play in the, oh my gosh, now I can't remember. It's the first Sunday of every month. Team Feywild is the last Thursday of every month. And yeah, gonna watch this team play some chess. That's
exactly what we're doing. Playing
It's
normal,
the most
basic
chess game
chess.
Just run-of-the-mill chess.
That guy, Illyrian, he is full vampire, right?
Huh?
He's full vampire, right? He's not a vampire like me.
No, he is like you.
He is a vampire, and so is Xenia, right?
Yes, from what you can tell.
Okay. Not as bad. All right, not as bad as I thought.
Could be worse.
I'm Janelle, or Boss Jellybean all over the internet. I've been your DM for tonight. We're gonna go around. Everybody's gonna introduce themselves, plug whatever they want. Starting off with H, because I fucked you up with trauma today.
So much trauma. Now I gotta unpack it and take my notes. Yeah, I'm H. I play Rollin' Dirty, or I run Rollin' Dirty, where I make NPC packs for DMs to just throw into their game at a moment's notice when your characters decide to go somewhere you least expected. And I play Rozz, who, is reliving her greatest trauma and her almost, near-death experience and all of that, along with a new romantic interest right in front of her old romantic interest that is not in fact dead. Yeah.
Just like the messy lesbian she was always meant to be.
Honestly, yeah. That's it's a canon event.
Also, canonically, she's poly, so there's that too.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey.
All right. Next up, Kate. Where can we find you?
That's me. What's up, everybody? I go by Katie Combat on the internet. You can find me most of the time at twitch.tv/cardboardcombat, where we play anything that has tangentially to do with cardboard. Is it a board game? Does it use cardboard cards? Do you build terrain out of cardboard? Are there books involved? Cool. Great. Checks the box. We'll play it. We also have a link tree now, which is pretty cool, and we sell some merchandise. If that is appealing to you, you can find cute chibi versions of me and my husband and put them on t-shirts.
Nice.
And it's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Mariah. Where can we find you?
Hello, I'm Mariah. I'm Lyrian. I am one half of the Table Talk podcast, where we talk about all things TTRPG related and everything short of actually playing the game and rolling the dice in the stream, which we tend to do on other lovely channels like this where we're guests. We have a lot of fun guests come on our show, and you can find it anywhere podcasts. I was almost said anywhere podcasts are sold. Anywhere podcasts are sold or vendor consumed. Every Wednesday.
Your podcast.
Anywhere you sell your soul to listen to a podcast.
Yes. Oh, I'm tired. Yep.
All right, Rachel, what about you? Where are you at?
I am everywhere under the moniker The Organized DM. You can find my Etsy shop on there. Under that same moniker, I sell tabletop terrain, TTRPG accessories, and stationery. And you can find me pretty much everywhere. I am currently in the Castleton project, so you can check me out there. You can also find me talking shit on Threads. That's where I'm most active.
I feel like that's accurate for all of us.
Yeah.
Amazing. And finally, Alejandra, where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Alejandra. I played Nefera, and I am the other half of Table Talk, so you can find us everywhere at Table Talk RPG, or you can follow my art page at reina.creates on Instagram, as well as TikTok and Threads.
Oh yeah, Alejandra did all the art for our characters. That is gorgeous, and we love, and we're very grateful for. So yeah.
Merc.
Jesus.
A little sassy wiggle.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Table Talk is not your typical D&D TTRPG podcast. We are not here to run you through our whole campaign.
We're here to talk about everything else in the space of tabletop roleplay.
I'm your host, Alejandra Wilhelm.
And I'm also your host, Mariah Gresham.
And we're your tabletop roleplay girlies.